Hello, everyone. Shalom Wadu. Shalom Wadu. Thank Allah. All right, everyone. How's everyone out there? All right, you all. My computer still messed up, but I'm gonna work with it the best I can. All right, you all. Okay, you all. So, Al Shadain Hekamo. Before we get started, let's get started. Okay, Al Shadain Hekamo. Okay. Okay, Enemigos míos en el nombre de tu nombre pediere. Enemigos míos en el nombre de tu nombre pediere. Enemigos míos en el nombre de tu nombre pediere. Okay, you all. So I hope my comments is working this time. Put my comments on. So I think yeah. It says on Facebook. Anyway, so today we're just gonna look at some creepy TikTok videos. I did the astrology yesterday, but if anyone need any readings, my number is 708-918-4081. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna look at some creepy TikToks, and these are from other YouTubers. I had my teeth pulled. I'm so glad. Y'all don't understand. I'm so glad. Cause the teeth was cracked in half, and it was like, oh my goodness, y'all. So they had to slice the gum in the front and the back, and they had to come out. But either way, I'm gonna. I was waiting on a friend, really. So I was waiting on a friend. I don't know what kind of happened, but anyhow, so we're gonna look at some TikTok videos right now, you all. This is what we're gonna do today, okay? So my channel is not monetized, so I appreciate any donations you want to donate to me. And I do read your comments. So I was hoping somebody come up here and put some comments up here. But if we're not on zodiac signs, we're gonna just show some. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna look at some creepy TikTok videos. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Hmm.
Where everybody watching from? Look, I see the new members in the chat.
So now we're searching for the magic frequency. And we start with 100 hertz and we look.
Harry.
For comment, but keep in mind a mother and daughter baffled over how a celebration with cake.
Brandy,
Thank
appreciate
you
you.
all. All right, here we go, y'all. We're gonna watch these videos. So we're in the age of the awakening. The veil is thin, and some of the stuff I've been telling you all, some people are going to be able to see it, some people are not going to be able to see it, but you have to differentiate.
Is his face paralyzed or that got to be a damn mask, y'all?
His pupils.
No, you also, you also have to learn.
Yeah, that shit is a little creepy though.
When I first seen this, I was tripped out, but I think it many times.
Hey, y'all think they got the Gucci Man suit in there? Or the Kodak suit in that motherfucker?
Shout out to this YouTuber. He is called Trey Oakley.
Oh my days. They ain't even hiding anymore. They are blatantly showing you what's going on behind closed doors. In fact, it's not even behind closed doors. This is some frontline action. I'm sorry, but all of those celebrities have either sold their soul, clones, reptilians, giant worm people in bodysuits, some source of alien. I know you might look up to these celebrities, but if you really knew who they was, oh my did.
I don't know about that one though. Hold up. I don't know about that one though. Like, look, that's the shit that's gonna set us back right here. Even if the men on this planet knew that she was the bald head thing with the little things coming out of her head on the side right there, even if they did, let me know in the comments how many of y'all still gonna knock her back loose. You gonna knock them worms out of her goddamn head. You not gonna care if she can cloak and look like that. You're not gonna care. These dudes, hey, dudes on this planet don't give a damn. You see some of the people that get pregnant that. Let me stop. I'm be good tonight, y'all. I'm probably.
Yeah,
let's get
I know my auntie used to say men would stick their thing in a bowl of soup and it's still warm.
I know you might look up to these celebrities, but if you really knew who they was, oh my did.
Condition. You have.
I mean, you gotta look though. I messed that up though. You gotta look though. The aliens is thick as hell.
They ain't even hiding anymore. They are blatantly showing you what's going on behind closed doors. In fact, it's not even behind closed doors. This is some frontline action. I'm sorry, but
yeah, y'all smashing. Y'all definitely smashing.
All of those celebrities have either sold their soul, clones, reptilians, giant worm people in bodysuits,
already here without
some source of alien. Yeah. I know you might look up to these celebrities, but if you really knew who they was, oh my did.
He capping too.
If I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world.
Appreciate
you. And I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of the serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons over.
Your children won't listen, and yelling doesn't help. That's because when you yell or raise your voice, children are
overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography, Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted.
Appreciate you, Giga Brad.
Until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure.
Stay on top, appreciate you.
In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
Free Hershey bar or a free?
Hey, check this out though. Check this out though. I offer y'all. I want y'all to do. We're gonna do an exercise real quick. I want to see where y'all cognitive dissonance is at. Is that how we say it? I try to sound intelligent and shit tonight. Hey, cognitive. Fuck it. You know, if I offer you chocolate or a brick of silver, which one y'all taking?
Silver.
Which one y'all taking?
Silver.
Let me know in the comments.
Bar of silver. Which one would you like? You want the Hershey? Go ahead. It's yours. You don't want it. Which one would you like? Just take one, please. Whatever you want.
Okay, I'll take this one.
You take the Hershey bar?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd rather have the chocolate. Okay, well, take it. It's free. Whichever one you want. Yeah.
Shakita, appreciate you.
The Hershey bar. You'd rather have the Hershey bar? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
all right.
I thought this was like a thing.
Yeah, well, it is a thing, but you'll figure it out someday. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm busy.
Oh, okay. Free Hershey bar or free silver bar?
Silver.
Okay, well, it's yours then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You as well.
Where you find these people?
That's what I'm saying.
Take one of these, please. Just take whichever one you want.
They've done a number on us.
You don't know what this is?
A brick of hell.
It's a brick of silver.
Well, I'm okay.
You just take one of them, whichever one you want.
I don't want either.
It's a chocolate appreciation day.
Okay.
You want the chocolate bar?
Sure.
What are you going to do with them? What are you going to do with this heavy bar of silver? It's just too burdensome to carry, I guess, right?
That and like use it as a doorstop.
A doorstop?
Yeah.
I guess. Or paperweight?
Yeah, something like that.
You got too many doorstops laying around. Which one would you like?
I would take the
Silver.
chocolate bars.
Well, you could go ahead. It's yours.
Okay.
No, just one.
What is
Just
wrong
one.
with
Just
these
one.
people?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Pawn shop.
Oh, it's pawn shop, yeah.
If I were to offer you one of these for free, which one would you take?
That looks like a chunk of gold, so I'd have to take that, but it's probably just nothing metal. I can see it's no good, so I take the Hershey's.
Well, you want the Hershey bar?
I'll take the Hershey bar.
Well, it's yours. Thank you. Take it. Woo! That's a close one.
Why? What's up, dude?
Well, it's a 100-ounce bar of silver.
Cut it out.
Yeah, so.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah, too
Oh,
bad.
That's losing, dude. It's not very good to keep chocolate.
You get to keep the chocolate bar.
Oh, man,
Okay.
I'm such a fool.
Chris, appreciate you.
For real?
Yeah, dude.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, my.
Thanks, man.
That, like,
What
come
you
on.
got
Are we?
these
Are,
people at?
as a collective, we in this shit together, man. And matter of fact, it don't care what color you are. None of that shit, y'all. Like, we already, you know how we rock on this channel. Are we that stupid as a collective, bro? Where we just obviously we are. We just keep letting them do whatever they want to do to us. Look at these damn bananas. Let's get
Our mother was showing me that she opened the banana, that she thinks that these are not real bananas. We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy. I've never ever seen a banana like that. I don't know if
Oh,
it's just
wow.
our banana.
And I
or if
make
it's
a lot of
this brand
smoothies too.
pause.
Oh, wait a
from
minute.
from Costco. But at the end of the day, it looks very, very fake and Play-Doh-y. Does anyone else know what happened?
Just made me
They're trying to play with our top.
Eat from your number 2. Japanese scientists have developed a method to create edible steaks from human feces.
Oh, I heard about
Unbelievable? Well, it's happening. Mitsuyuki Aikida, a researcher at the Okoyama laboratory, collaborated with Tokyo Sewage to address sewage mud excess. They discovered the content in the mud contains high protein due to bacteria. So the team isolated and combined these proteins with a reaction enhancer.
Real estate isn't just land and buildings. It's a universe of opportunities waiting for the right talent. If you're organized, detail-oriented, and you're hungry for a change, then being a transaction coordinator is your gateway to success in the real estate.
Answer. Result, synthetic steak. The meat comprises of 63% protein, 25% carbs, 3% lipids, and 9% minerals. And it's visually enhanced with food coloring for a red hue and improved flavor using soy protein. Just
Oh, we building tonight, y'all. Keep paying attention.
Gotcha, bitch. Oh, you gotta be fucking lying. Gotcha, bitch.
Nobody. Trust. No.
Great, appreciate you.
And, you know what I mean? Straight up. My closest friends did me a
Hey, yeah, hey, don't start that. Y'all said y'all was going, you know, I'm gonna be vegan and shit. All right, they got something for your vegan ass. You're gonna eat some shit burgers. Simple. They got something for you. I'm gonna be a breatharian.
Bro, really about to geek.
That's why I had changed because I just heard about that.
I mean, you can't ignore this shit though. I ain't saying that he alive or nothing, but
Tupac's played by these two different actors, seen in these photos with different noses. I'm not out to hurt anyone's feelings.
you gotta think these are in the same time frame.
Boy, ain't no fucking way. Cause you ain't even you, you just Gilly repeat it up. Cause you ain't even you just Gilly repeat it up, speed it up.
Everything about these characters is the same. The only difference is the era. You know, these characters get recycled so much. All of those old celebrities from the 1900s have young characters today that are pushing out agendas. Right here, they look exactly alike.
No, like I see. All right, so this is part of the reason why I don't believe the Faison, especially the Faison shit. All right, because think about this though. Y'all know we don't just believe everything. We gotta talk about this because you gotta think though. If you want to keep reincarnating, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but based on careers, nigga, I'm not coming back to be Big Worm, and that's only the only thing that y'all know me for, and doing interviews on Vlad and shit like that. I'm not coming back for that career over and over. I don't believe that, y'all. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Let me see the fire emojis if y'all agree. If you don't agree, put the water emoji.
Well, I don't agree. They got plenty clones out here. I wish I was with them with being a clone and stuff.
And so when it comes down to that certain thing is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum.
What I say, Big Worm, Big Perm, whatever.
If you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down. So pretty much when you see black eyes like Blueface and you know like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay. And so the eyes come out and they call them panda eyes. And they do this so you see people with these cigars. And they're you know, all these big celebrities, they all have the cigar in common. That's that big thing between their legs that they're sticking in. And it's one big society. Have you ever heard of?
All right, look, man, like that's another one right there we got to talk about before we build on this next subject. Hey, all right, so check this out though. So you telling me, bro, that I know a whole bunch of gay people. You can see them on the internet. You can see them everywhere. I got gay friends. Look, check this out. Check this out. I ain't never seen them with a black eye. I don't know if they're doing. I don't get into all that asking questions about people's personal life. I'm pretty sure the amount of gay people in the world. Shout out to y'all, do y'all thing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't see y'all with the panda eye.
Ain't picking it.
So it's only somebody specializing in And making your eyes do that, like I'm pretty sure the rest
They're
of
not in the society.
Come on, man. It'd be so many people with black eyes out here. That's all I got to say, y'all. It'd be so many people out here with black eyes.
They're not in the society.
I don't buy that one, but we're gonna build though. I'm gonna show y'all once again for the people that never seen it. We're gonna build on something, and I'm gonna show y'all a different angle on.
You were in the Garden of Eden.
Yes, it's a physical place. It's the source of spirituality of this planet.
When you were there, what did you see?
On what can possibly be happening with their eyeballs and stuff. Maybe they took one. Maybe they took a ping to the eyeball or something. But that's who walking around here slugging like that. That's crazy. Pause. That's
you
crazy.
can't pause
That's
on
crazy
that.
to think about. That's why I don't believe that.
The Black Eye Club ritual within the elite. As I usually do on my channel, let's expose the truth. Most conspiracy theorists believe that this is an initiation into the elite through assault by punching the individual in the eye. But stick around till the end because I'm going to tell you exactly how much more sinister it actually is.
He punched him in the eye with what? Go ahead and say it.
And I know this for a fact because I was offered it earlier this year. Long story short, I designed a product that was inspired based off biblical scripture. And for the safety of my patent, I decided to use just a normal Google image. This is not my actual product. This is just for aesthetics. However, I finally found a team of investors who were willing to invest, but under very strange circumstances. I developed a revolutionary natural shower head that has its own natural filtration system.
What we're looking at is
long story short, I turned down a $5 million deal from these investors. Simply put, the lead investor was a perv, and
get y'all
in order for this deal to go through, I also had to drink what is called the golden juice, which I'm not going to go into detail here on TikTok. But the other portion of the deal was I was not allowed to promote what this filtration system was doing to the water. But since I didn't sign the contract, I'm going to speak freely about exactly what this does. Basically, wood is already nature's water filter, and then it has an added filter in with it using natural minerals to filter out parasites and bacteria. It essentially allows nature to do its job with city water that is basically recycled water that's being redistributed back to you.
I don't think y'all can see it.
And needless to say, city water has a horrible filtration system. But the minerals that I've implemented into this filter design is specifically towards a very specific type of parasite, which is known as the head-dotted worm. This parasite literally lives inside of the water, and then it can also get into pets as well as into humans. And the word head-dotted comes from the Greek word heddati. And the inspiration came from this Bible verse right
y'all got to get on the paperwork because this law stuff is serious and real. But I'm in some group
makes the reference to the axe that lies next to the root of the trees, which is what gave me the inspiration for trees being a natural water filter. But verse 11 takes a wild turn when you look at it in the Greek, where it's more properly translated as I indeed you baptize with heddati or water, essentially accusing the Pharisees of baptizing people in parasitic water. And this is what the parasite actually looks like. This grotesque parasite literally lives inside your water and can easily find its way into your body. Now, this is the part that they don't want you to know about. They are not being punched in the eye. They are literally injecting this into their eye willingly, as the parasite literally thrives inside of fecal matter as well as the opposite, which would be the golden shower. They inject this parasite into their eye, and then it forms around the eye and then goes all the way back to the brainstem and essentially takes control of the host. And this is not a new practice. This is an occult practice that goes back to even the elites within biblical times. And it stems from Job chapter 4, where God is basically warning about this worm. We're starting in verse 20. The womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. Hence the tree filtration system. He evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. Esoterically speaking, in reference of coming out of the fecal matter and into the brain. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life, because it's literally a parasite that is slowly unaliving you. So it be given him to be in safety. They make you think that being baptized or showering in city water is safe, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways, as they insert this evil parasite through the eye. I wasn't willing to sell out for this nonsense. But I do, however, have pre-orders available, and these are handcrafted, so I'm going to need people to be patient with me in making these. All you have to do is go to my page, click here, and then you're going to click the very top link, which will bring you here for the pre-order. And needless to say, I am looking for a new team of investors who believe in this product as much as I do. It also has good intentions and willing to get this out to the people who need it most. But for now, I'm willing to take this on solely by myself and make every single product by hand. Because if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have had this idea or revelation in the first place. So what would you rather prefer? Nature's shower designed by God or the golden shower that's designed by the elites? So mote it be.
He says so more it be.
Hey, we building. Some of y'all saying it in the comments though. Some of y'all, some of y'all on point. Y'all know where we going, but it's gonna get wild. People they've been talking about this. It's been in our face for a while. Oh, pause. It ain't been in our face like that, but it's been out there. We know about parasites and everything, but it's certain type of parasites that they don't talk about. Just like it's certain type of diseases that we can't talk about too because it's patented. And if I was to speak about them and say that we can do something to them, we had something for it, then they'll come for you. Simple. Got to speak in code. You got to protect yourself. Shit ain't sweet.
Reptilians. Music industry. Michael Jackson. One eye symbolism. Okay. I don't know. I can't see all. And Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, stupid.
Katy Perry. I don't know who these people is. Let's see, Nas. Pharrell, I mean.
Watch Lady Gag during this interview. The talk show host says, "Oh, good Lord," and then look what she does.
When I was making love to my old boyfriend, I used to think about women sometimes.
Oh, good Lord. I'm sure he was delighted. How weird is that? She deflects the word with one eye and has a weird look on her face. Maybe she is deflecting the word Lord because she has a song named Judas and the lyrics are literally about how she's in love with Judas. And if you're not familiar with Judas, he's the one in the Bible who betrayed Jesus. There's also a video of her at a concert where someone repeatedly intentionally throws up on her, but I'm not going to show you that. You can just look it up on your own time.
Like one time I did a magazine cover and the lady had me hold something over my eye. And I go, why would I want to do that? And she goes, just everybody does it. I go, okay. So I held a button over my eye and now it shows all these people doing that. And they say they're in the Satan Club. Well, I just did it because the photographer told me to.
Yeah.
And they probably did too.
Yeah.
Well, of course, now looking back, they probably are in the Satan Club, but I didn't know no better. I thought, well, if everybody's doing it, I'll do it.
Bud Light's ad campaign with trans influencer Dylan McDermott. Mulvaney, sorry.
Now you're breaking
ignited. That's right. Ignited an angry conservative backlash and a boycott.
Why would she do that? You know what I'm saying? We building though. That's crazy.
She's in the society.
You know how they cover up their one eye?
Oh yeah.
That means two things. That means watch you don't get the lizard to stick the thing in the eye. Then they go, shh.
Yeah.
Now you know the reason they're doing that. It's like, don't get the thing in your eye, and shh. Don't tell anybody you know about the things that stick the things in your eye, because you might get a thing in your eye.
Man,
or
who's...
go.
It's all right. It's okay.
What are you doing? Just going to check his prostate. Actually, the surface texture changed, so I'm going to feel it. Jesus. No, you love it.
No.
I'm allergic. Yeah, and I'm Portuguese. Who cares?
Yo, is this much fun, man? Sometimes she can be a real bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Announced that we have officially opened the lifetime deal, a one-time payment of
These are
$59
great.
for Aminos
These are
AI.
great,
So you go
y'all.
direct
These
to the
are
site, you're
great.
going to see our regular monthly pricing. But
Man.
you
Go take it.
Can't, no, I can't.
You have to take it.
Showdown.
Oh, they gave her the pen. What kind of pen is this?
Oh shit.
Y'all remember that?
Shoot her in my head, Casey.
I don't know what's happening.
Shoot her, Casey. No, don't shoot her, Casey. Shoot her, Casey. She's fucking one of them, man.
There's nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide. We're everywhere. I'll fucking shoot
New drama alert. So, Parasite the Grey just released today on Netflix. This is based on the manga series Kiseiju, which was published in like 1988 all the way through like 1995, and then in 2014 they made a live adaptation of it. It was 2 parts. First part in 2014, second part 2015, and now we have the Korean version 10 years later. And oh gosh, yeah. So parasites drop from the sky. They take over the human brain and wreak havoc. They off a lot of people, and they are trying to form their own society, I guess. But yeah, this is it. So
Well,
let me know if you'll be watching. It is now available
I'm gonna
on
pause
Netflix.
this
All
for a minute.
episodes are available.
Let me
Only
show.
6 episodes, so it's a mini series. So watch.
Okay, you all. Now they saying a parasite drops from the sky. It doesn't drop from the sky. Parasites doesn't drop from the sky. It's in different chemicals. Foods you may consume, water. This is why you have to constantly detox. You always see me here with a smoothie or a bunch of water, you know, and you have to detox, and you really do have to detox, because parasites will mess your brain. It will mess your brain up, and and so that part I tell you all right now, it don't just drop from the sky. Parasites don't drop from the sky. It's in stuff that we consume. And you just heard them talking about they're getting ready to produce some. Make sure you always take your colloidal silver, and they already talking about they're already talking about making poop burgers for steak. Oh my goodness. So y'all had good luck with that. I don't have much teeth left, but the teeth I do have, I won't be eating that. I know I used to love a good T-bone steak. But anyway, you all, let's get finished, watching. Y'all like, share, comment. But parasites don't just drop from the sky. But I tell you all this, you are going to see a lot of activity because the veil is thin. So besides Mother Nature and the earth, there's a lot of things that's going to be happening this year, and things have to be done by a certain date. So we're in 20. Where are we at? Sometimes I forget. We're in 2024. Things have to be done before 2030. So 24. Yeah. So it's a lot of things it's still happening, you all. I already told you I've seen earthquakes, the ground cracking. I still seen more floods. It's not stopping. And there's either going to be some more stuff happening. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but there are some more things that's coming up, y'all, even stronger. So I will tell you all to keep your frequency up. No matter what, you're going to see who your real people are this year. You're going to really see who are your true people, because this is the year of the dragon, which is build and destroy. And as much as the dragons or that they have in elites, there are still dragons outside of their elites, and most dragon people know who they are. So they don't just fall from the sky as parasites. All right, let's continue.
And let me know what you think. And if you watch the Japanese version and are watching this one, I would love to hear any comparisons and whatnot. But yeah, here it is.
This shit.
These are called the Vril. They come up from underground different spots all over the world. There's a 1 to 1.5 foot tall one. That's the Vril Type 1.
The Type 1s are covered in red diamond-shaped scales. Vril Type 1s are real dumb. Little dragons, those are the Vril Type 1. These lizards have a unique biological property of their body.
The lizards have what's called a proboscis.
It's an ejectable brain and spinal column.
The small ones they use to drone people, because the proboscis on young lizard Type 1s, they're small enough to go into an eye and not ruin the eye.
This top cap thing on the top of their head comes out. They can do this once in their life. It pulls their spinal column along with it. The humans would have to be restrained or unconscious.
The thing swiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch. It then starts what they call everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead, and it can't go back in. It's one way.
The spinal cord gets excreted over the tip of this thing. They're parasitic cells. The parasitic cells go into the brain.
The old person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated, and the lizard is smarter as a human. Over time, it'll develop a rash, it'll lose its hair.
And they're actually deficient. They're dumber than the original person.
And they mimic human behavior. It knows that its life is dependent on it.
Using the toolkit inside of this document, I've been able to get Fortune 500 companies and government clients to pay me tons of money to optimize their business. And the good news is you don't need
mimicking human behavior, so it does really well. Even with other animals, it's smart enough to instinctually mimic the animal's behavior. The drones of 100 years ago traced any existence of these Vril lizards from Egyptian carvings on walls they would smash them, or books that had anything in them about them they would burn.
Do you know what the #1 sign of having parasites is? If you have an autoimmune condition, you have parasites. And if you have parasites, you also have toxicity in your body. See, parasites love toxins. It houses them. And they also thrive in environments that are highly acidic and where the lymphatic system is completely stagnant. And these things are a lot harder to get rid of than you may think. And if you say, well, I couldn't possibly have parasites. Oh, you do. In fact, most of us do. So let's hit some of the signs of parasitic infestations. If you have horrible brain fog and fatigue, anxiety or depression, crazy mood swings or a hormonal imbalance, insomnia or night sweats, changes in bowel movements, constipation and diarrhea, or maybe you have an itchy bum, gas and bloating. Do you crave sweets? Or maybe you just eat and never really feel full. Intolerances to certain foods like dairy, nausea, nutrient deficiencies, anemia, achy muscles and joints, dark circles under your eyes, skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis, allergies, or do you find yourself grinding your teeth at night? See, parasites tend to be most active at night and during a full moon, because every month on a full moon, they migrate to your gut to lay more eggs. That's exciting, huh? So this is the best time to hit them. But also know that when you kill them, they will lay eggs. We just can't win, huh? And a few weeks later, those eggs will hatch. And now you feel even worse than when you started. That's why this is not a one and done type ordeal. You have to be consistent with them if you want to get them all out. So if you want to know how to do a proper parasite cleanse, follow along, because I'm going to be going over the different protocols that you can do.
That's part.
Hey, look, real talk. See, a lot of people, you don't understand. Like, I be trying to put y'all on game, like through my travels and stuff, like being in other countries. They talk about this. This is regular to them. They cleanse themselves and do detoxes often. I'm talking about like parasitic cleanses often. Y'all think it's a game, but I mean, that's just not no game. That's why a lot of people are fucked up. That's why that it makes you crave things. If you have a sugar addiction, you might have parasites. That shit is very common, but over here they don't want to speak to you about that type of stuff because it's the root of a lot of your issues. Behavior issues, hunger issues, eating habits, all that stuff. You know, mental shit going on where, I mean, it is what it is. And somebody said, what, cap on the parasites? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy that you think like that. Do a cleanse. Do a parasitic cleanse. Do a real parasitic cleanse. And you might see some shit come out your ass, literally. Like, but it is what it is. You ain't got to believe me. You ain't got to believe me. It is what it is.
Dr. B.
It's a real thing.
Dr. B.
It's definitely a real thing. Parasites are real.
He has a site where you can get stuff.
Idiot. I'm not saying that the Vril is. I haven't seen a Vril ever. But I've heard about the Vril. And there's books about the Vril. And there's movies. So, I mean, look, there you go. I'm not telling you to believe it, but they are real parasites. That's why I gave you the shit at the end. You feel me?
The deal. They won't come up as long as we feed them down there. You understand? It's about human beings selling themselves out. The echelon attitude here, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of humanity. And sorry, that just isn't right. You know, but it's going to have to be humanity.
Worms are parasites.
That's going to rise up and take the stand. You're just going to have to turn off their televisions. They're going to have to get in their car. They're going to have to fire everybody who DC that knows and does nothing. And they're going to have to do something.
For context, this was filmed in the early 90s. Do you agree with what he is saying? Has such a deal taken place and they tells us through movies like The Midnight Meat Train, or are we just overthinking? Have we been sold out? Put your ideas below. TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only.
You know, this apathy's got to end. Yeah. Otherwise, the way we live
is going to end. Period.
That's the bottom line. You know, and I'm not coming from a fear space. I'm really quite angry about the apathy and the fact that, you know, when people give lectures and try to tell us, people want to stand up and fight with them. Look at what's happening around us.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without relying on Google, Facebook, or ClickBank, or creating new accounts on Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram. This may sound like a big claim.
The indications are everywhere. The truth is now an obscure thing. You know, the lie is the norm.
Hey, that's why other countries laugh at us, because people just don't know about that. Other countries do cleanses every month, but we don't.
This Puffy, why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Carter, appreciate you.
Jay-Z is
Welcome to the
setting
homies.
Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
We need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
How would you like to be my crew? Go away with a tummy ache. Into bed you hop and dream away. Lollipop is sweet. Trip to a candy shop where bonbons play. On the sunny beach of Peppermint Bay. Lemonade stands everywhere.
For context, this came out in 1934. What exactly was happening here? At first, it looks family friendly, but then things seem to take a strange turn. For one instance, she seems to be pulling down her dress a lot. It could be nothing, but if you look into her interviews, things become apparent that there is more than meets the eye. TikTok, this is just for entertainment purposes only.
One guy, when I left Fox, I went to MGM for one picture. Thank goodness, only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. And I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old. Instead, he was an exhibitor. I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. So it struck me so funny, I laughed at him. And he got infuriated. And he said, out, 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 go. So I tell your mother? Well, she came up very quietly from Louis B. Mayer's office. And we walked in and...
On your last trip to Poland, what was your favorite thing there?
What did you like in Poland? Really? Okay. Here we go. There you go. Can we send them too? All right. Go ahead. Yeah, can we? You ever see? I can go.
Yeah. And then we'll...
I got it. Uh-oh. They're going in, Leo.
The children are closer to the cosmos.
Oh, wow.
I'm Bill Cosby, and you take care of yourself.
He does this routine, which now seems like it might have been a red flag.
You put some in her drink, man. You see 5 girls standing alone. Boy, if I had a whole jug of Spanish fly, I'd like that corner up over there.
Bill Cosby was still telling Spanish fly jokes more than 20 years later. This is from 1991.
Spanish fly. Spanish fly was the thing that all boys from age 11 on up to death, we will still be searching for Spanish fly. That's right. And what was the old story was, if you took a little drop, no, it was on the head of the pin.
Why does it?
Are you looking to expand your customer base? Look no further. Lead generation ads on TikTok can help small businesses like yours gather high quality.
That's another dosage.
They both know it. You see how they're like buddy with that shit? That's just crazy. Like with the whole Biden situation, y'all letting y'all kids go, bro? Like I ain't letting my kids go with no adult, especially a stranger. That's just not gonna happen. Like that's off rip. Like that's a terrible parent right there. I don't give a damn. That's terrible. But then these motherfuckers know the measurements and everything. Look, we building here. Keep watching. It's crazy.
Oh, the famous
Right in our face though the whole time, but people got excuses for everybody. It's crazy.
Larry King live clip. A lot of you have seen it. But did you know that he was there promoting his book Childhood? And Childhood has an entire chapter about Spanish Fly. And Spanish Fly is mentioned in the book 15 times.
I put it in Coca-Cola. It doesn't make it. And the girl was drinking, and hello, America.
And he's on Larry King Live, talking about the Spanish Fly. You just got to put the rest of the pin, just the head of a pin, and oh boy, God bless America. Whoa.
There was this narrative that had always been there in the undercurrent of his comedy about women.
From almost day one was telling us that he was willing to and didn't think anything was strange about putting things in women's drinks to get them to do what he wanted them to do. So when we fast forward, it's not a huge leap to think that what Cosby was talking about in the 60s, he was doing.
Did you know that singer Billie Eilish exposed one of Hollywood's deep, dark secrets during a live Q&A with her fans?
You get hit on by old people. The only people I get hit on are a lot, dude. Everyone's a pedophile. Pedophile. It's really bad. Like, everybody's a pedophile.
Hollywood appears to have a long history of this kind of behavior. Actress Shirley Temple claimed MGM producer exposed himself to her when she was 12 years old. Shirley Temple was a child star who achieved international stardom with the release of Bright Eyes in 1934. What about Hollywood producer Victor Salva, who's a convicted child predator and is still allowed to work within the industry? Salva was convicted in 1988 of the sexual molestation of Nathan Forrest, a 12-year-old actor and star of his film Clown House. Salva even ended up putting a joke about child molestation in his movie Jeepers Creepers 3. How many of you remember 80s actor Corey Feldman saying the biggest problem in Hollywood is pedophilia? Hollywood director and CEO James Gunn had a pedophilia-themed party and even made posts like this on Twitter. For the record, I'm against vape and baby eating in real life, unless you're really, really, really hungry. I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place. Shh. Yes, this man is a CEO for one of the most powerful studios in Hollywood. And the vice president of Disney was convicted of sexually abusing a 7-year-old girl. Disney music executive was charged with child sexual abuse. What about former child star Bug Hall, who played Alfalfa in Steven Spielberg's Little Rascals?
2 men from that set began sexually abusing me. These predators have some sort of sixth sense for vulnerable kids.
What about writer Stephen King, who wrote the novel that the horror movie It was based on, putting a child orgy into the book that didn't make it into the movies? What about the satanic 90s rock star Marilyn Manson, who said he wanted to come up with a hookup dating app for children? Bring light to the darkness.
We're all equally powerful. You have been programmed not to have power.
Everyone has a sense.
This is what they're saying. This is what they came up with. They saying that it's basically like a little room where they create like the art and stuff. But we're gonna keep building. It's crazy. Smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. Share these videos with your friends and family. Real talk. Let's get this out of here.
Y'all see all these gems I'm bringing
It's
y'all
everywhere.
Also, it's from other YouTubers like Laid Back, and Dre OG, Real Kia. And so I like to show different other varieties, you know, when I'm not doing tarot cards or reading. Because some people probably don't even
It all leads back to one thing.
Client.
And we look on this channel, we reviewed it where we've seen them say it publicly, like that they use younger cells to help out the older people, to help them stay young, to help them heal, all these different things. Like that's a big thing. But you know, another thing is, man, we can't, like, I take this type of stuff right here very, very damn serious. You know, it's not a coincidence. I don't play like that. It's not a joke. When something like that is too close to something like that, you can't say that is an office that y'all produce graphics in, whatever y'all doing in there. That's a cover. I think, me personally, that's a cover up. How y'all feel about that? This is just my thoughts. I think that is clearly just a cover up for something that y'all want to put in our faces, and you feel like, oh, there's nothing you could do about it because it's just a coincidence, you know? Carmen, appreciate you. Welcome to They Cool. But yeah, you cool.
You know, when
but
you
how y'all feel
travel,
about that?
y'all,
Is it a coincidence? Let me know if it's a coincidence. You know, we family, we can talk. No matter, we don't have to agree. Let me know if it's a coincidence or
agree to disagree. Y'all leave a comment.
I don't play like that when it comes to kids, though.
Tell me.
When it's something like that, it's not a coincidence.
Subject.
I
We
think
know.
they clearly lying. These niggas is lying. Okay. We're gonna keep going though. I'm looking at y'all comments though. Smash that like button, share the video.
No good, Jay. I don't have a comment.
Let's get this thing to 8,000 likes. We got like 8,000 people in here. Appreciate y'all. All the new members and stuff tonight is just crazy, man. It's crazy. I appreciate y'all.
What? Disney
Continue
basically
to build those.
To paint himself.
One of my patients is a producer at Hollywood.
Kriegte vor 2 Jahren einen Auftrag von Disney.
2
Y'all say
Hi, my name is Haven, and I am the owner and founder of The Haven here in Rancho Santa Margarita. I am a registered nurse who recently launched my own aesthetic business that is powered by portrait. There's a lot of things that go into a business, especially.
2 years ago, he received a task from Disney
Alle alten Disney-Movies zu überarbeiten,
to go over and edit all the old Disney movies,
in den Himmel diese Streifen einzubauen.
to put into the scenes of the sky these stripes.
So, when people see a Disney-Movie
Also wenn
today
dann die Leute einen Disney-Film schauen
und
heutzutage,
sagen, weil Klinghardt, du sagst, Klinghardt, dass diese Streifenbildung erst in den letzten Jahren so schlimm geworden ist.
and then you, for example, people say today, well, Klinger, you're talking about these stripes being formed on the sky today, only as of late.
Dann sagen sie, hier ist ein Film von 1954, guck dir den Himmel an.
Then they will say,
Der hat die gleichen Streifen drin.
look at this movie here from 1954. There are the same stripes at the sky.
Die Streifen sind ein natürliches Phänomen.
That then convince people that the stripes are a natural phenomena.
Mein Patient hatte für $60 Millionen bekommen.
My patient received for this job $60 million.
Zayatsu, appreciate you. Welcome to They Cool. But look, you see how predictive program they trying to get you used to it. They I mean the technology is there for them to go back and put chemtrails and be like, oh, they always been here. No, they haven't. When I was a child, bro, I didn't see a chemtrail. Now that's all we see. It's all we see. And the sun don't even look the same. The sun used to be like orange.
Yeah,
red. I remember. Do y'all remember drawing the sun and what color it was? What are they going? Only how the kids nowadays can draw the damn sun accurately is if they on a black ass chalkboard and using a piece of white chalk because the sun is white. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get you used to being poisoned. Come on, let's keep going.
Mistress that has love child with Jay-Z. Allegedly. I didn't work on that story, but the reporters that did
We building,
reported
for
that,
sure.
She was paid very well to basically shut up and not say anything bad about them and not acknowledge that, she had an affair or this is Jay-Z's kid or whatever.
Because it would devalue Beyonce.
Well, that's what, yes. And that's what I'm about to get to is that back then it's like, he's all these mistresses, but why would he murder Kathy if he has a bunch, right? You can't murder all your mistresses. And like, what would be the incentive? When I first started just calling her, telling her I wanted to interview her, what I didn't realize at the time is that Beyonce was pregnant. The news had not broken yet.
We can't have a mistress and Beyonce.
So, and I also didn't realize that they were crafting one of the biggest publicity stunts to announce Beyonce's pregnancy on stage at the VMAs. Her performance at the very end, she turned, oh look, oh my God, she's a baby bump, she's pregnant. Like, no, I didn't even know. I was like working in the business. I did not know she was pregnant. That's a big deal for a celebrity because that's going to get you like great press for the next like 2 years, right? Oh, like getting ready for baby, and we did tons
but a
of baby
mistress
covers.
Coming out.
So
that's possibly pregnant.
That's the thing.
Talk about it, Liz.
So that's the thing. But there are reports that she was found after the VMA performance. But I'm pretty sure that I knew she was dead before Beyonce announced that she was pregnant. I know it was 15 years ago. I could have that wrong, but I do remember thinking, why would there be a major motive to murder this mistress? Yes, if she's gonna give me an exclusive on the record, that's a huge problem.
All right, winos, if you enjoy shows like this and would like to see more with me on stage in your city, well, I'm coming. Tickets on sale right now. Link in the description box as well as the bio. Hurry up now while tickets last, okay?
Other rumors are not as easy to laugh off. In October, after an appearance on Australian TV, images of Beyonce bending over to sit in a chair started a frenzy of speculation. Was her
Ain't that hey, look, I'm a realist, man. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist. We get on here and we see what's real. We're not going this goose about bizarre shit.
Yeah,
thing,
so
man.
I heard
It's cool to
that.
watch
I
sometimes.
heard that.
But this right here,
I heard that.
I've seen pregnant women, but I've never seen anybody's stomach fold like a damn chair. Okay.
So far that it doesn't even upset you.
All right. So
my mother, she's like, nobody's talking about my grandbaby. My grandbaby's not even here yet. I'm like, calm down, Mom. It's okay. It's really silly. I don't like it. And I'm like, calm down. So my mom is really protective, and so is my sister. But I'm cool. It's so ridiculous and over the top.
If you couldn't have your own baby in old Hollywood, a baby broker was a secret, not so legal alternative. Studios often wanted their stars to have babies, but traditional methods weren't available for a variety of reasons. With strict adoption laws and filming schedules that didn't allow for pregnancies, stars like Joan Crawford, Mary Pickford, and June Allison were all told to turn to a woman named Georgia Tann. Georgia Tann started running the Memphis branch of the Tennessee Children's Home Society in 1929, just as adoption was becoming popular. She established herself as the #1 adoption agency in the country, tricking both parents and politicians. Her influence led to advising Eleanor Roosevelt on adoption, and she was invited to the inauguration of Harry Truman. She offered her babies to wealthy families, creating fake backstories and birth certificates and claiming they came from successful parents. Children were sold to new families at a rapid speed, without traditional paperwork or distance limitations. It was later revealed that many of these children came from patients of mental institutions, desperate mothers of the Great Depression, or flat-out kidnapping. Tann created a network of welfare workers, doctors, lawyers, nurses, and sheriffs who would all aid in identifying victims and acquiring babies. The children who ended up in Hollywood were often the lucky ones, with several being sold off to situations that were knowingly abusive. It's estimated that Georgia Tann sold more than 5,000 children over the course of 26 years. No one in her black market ring was ever prosecuted, and Georgia made over $11 million in today's money.
Ain't that wild? Somebody said is Blue Ivy what is Solange her mom? Nah, man. The allegations is that it's the mistress that Beyonce said that she beat up in the song. Appreciate you being hard. Do y'all agree with that in the comments? That's what y'all been seeing. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm just watching this video, in minding my business. If y'all understand what I'm talking about, you feel me? Like,
my father always said, "Mind your business."
I'm not trying to get beat up in the elevator and shit,
Let's see Kim.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of crazy? See, you really want me to try to do that?
You gotta do it for real.
This is like a humiliation. Okay, yeah.
I was saying on some booty shorts. I would have twerked for real.
Why did you bring it? Yeah.
You heard what he said?
You gotta do it for real.
This is like a humiliation. Okay, yeah.
I was saying on some booty shorts. I would have twerked for real.
Why did you bring it? It's okay.
You just gotta go with your mood. Hey, like whatever you feeling with the music, just do it. And we got.
All right, what's on?
I think that's a humiliation ritual right here. Look at this nigga. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him on the steps. Meek, appreciate you. Welcome. But look at this nigga on the steps. I just don't know.
So you mean to tell me they had my boy John Cena at the Oscars doing a tier 3 humiliation ritual? Mister, you're
You say he fired? Yeah. What all they red on too? He definitely fired.
time is up. My time is
Look like a black ass Cheeto up there. That's crazy. Like, I don't know, man.
now. I am very, very sad to announce that Mr. Never Give Up gave it up. So during the Oscars, my boy Jimmy Epstein Kimmel was basically introducing John Cena to the stage to see everybody in the crowd. John Cena walked on stage with absolutely nothing on, gang. Who is this nigga? This ain't the John Cena that I know, gang. This nigga John Cena waddled on stage like a newborn penguin on Happy Feet. You would think a grown-ass man that says hustle and loyalty and respect is his motto. If he walks on the stage naked, everybody on that stage booming. Everybody in the crowd started cheering for this nigga. This was the first time in 15 years that I seen John Cena, my nigga. Somebody got to check up on this nigga Ryan Garcia, because this nigga might not be lying. The shit that they got these niggas doing is crazy. John Cena, your humiliation ritual badge is officially on gold. But now you have limitless range on Hall of Fame because I don't know what you're capable of, gang. If this nigga agreed to do this in the public eye, imagine what this nigga's doing in private. That means you might see an S-tier humiliation ritual from John Cena coming soon, Mark.
Look at these niggas in kilts and little girls' dresses. It's not even like a dress. It's like a little girl dress too. If that's what y'all want to do, if that's how y'all are, but just don't. It blows me when you a certain way and then you just put on a. I gotta take my time with this. It'd be like your favorite artist and shit too.
Yeah, but
like I'll tell you
have
this.
to do.
Like
they signed the contract.
Like, bro, how many of y'all like Frank Ocean? Especially when he first came out. Frank Ocean was the GOAT.
I did.
But when I was listening to his music, I listened to the lyrics. When I heard him say, "To it turns from color to black and white," I was like, oh shit. He was talking about a new feel and shit. I'm like, oh, that nigga gay. Okay, cool. We know he's singing about it. I bet. Do your thing, my boy. But then when it's somebody that's hard and talking about get you crump, make you want to goddamn punch through a nigga head, and then all of a sudden he come out in a dress.
Announce that we have officially opened the lifetime deal, a one-time payment of $59 for Aminos AI. So if you go direct to our site, you're going to see our regular.
Yeah, get what I'm saying? It kind of just kind of fucks it up a little bit. To speak on this, you gotta. I'm trying to be tactful because I don't want to have to beat one of these niggas up in the dresser, bro. Because they see this video and they get mad. And then punch him, his nuts and fell all out the dress. Like I ain't trying to go there. I ain't trying to embarrass y'all favorite celebrities like that. I ain't know some of these people wore a dress.
I like to put food inside of me, like I am a doggy bag, and the food is dog shit, and I'm doing my one function, and that is to put poop inside of me. By the way, I love to eat shit. Dude, I love eating dog poop. It's like my favorite thing to do. It's fucking awesome.
First of all, bro, talk to me. Is you wearing the Huggies, bro? These the lie. See, look, today I ain't got on the Huggies. I had the Huggies on the other day. Today I got on the pull-ups. I'm a big boy today. I'm a big boy today, man. I got on the pull-ups and the coordinate. I got the gray ones on because they.
I forgot, man. This nigga from my city too, man. I forgot that he was doing this. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think this is a part of a humiliation ritual for him. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it real. I think he genuinely. I keep it a buck, yo. I ain't gonna cap how I feel. He from my city. He genuinely was doing this because he knew that it was gonna catch. It's some of those people that do that too. He knew that it was gonna get that attention because from where we from, we're not really known for rapping like that, and it's hard to get that light on you. And he has some dope music, but you know, dope music don't always translate to, you know, you getting views and people listening to you. So the nigga wore a diaper and he was wearing that shit. He ain't care. That's somebody that wanted to make it. This is a different case right here. I'm not trying to front for him or nothing. He did that because he knew what it was gonna do. I ain't gonna say it was smart. I wouldn't have did it, but I don't want it that bad. Like, he wanted it. And he got it, bro. Like, congrats, but he wore the diaper. How many of y'all wore the diaper for real? My boy wanted that.
You know, they match with the J's, so that's how I'm rocking out today. You feel me? I got some extras in the car.
Imagine all y'all from the hood, bro. Everybody got, you know, gangster and shit, you know, selling, trapping out and shit like that, and your homeboy wearing a diaper, and you here to protect them and stuff, and he got a diaper. Are you like, it's crazy? It's a messed up situation to be in. You really got to have faith in this nigga to make it for everybody.
If I don't know if we're the same size, you feel me? But if we do, I can put you on the wave. You feel me?
Bro, is you wearing a pamper, bro?
You know I am. You know that's how I came in.
So when are we going to consider the possibility that Harry is just as messy and trifling as DDG?
Did you know there's an asteroid by the name of Apophis headed to Earth as we speak? And on April 13th, 2029, it will be flying so low into the Earth's atmosphere, it will be flying underneath our own satellite. And if it goes through what they refer to as the keyhole, it will make a reappearance to Earth in 2036, this time making impact on the west coast of California, digging 3 miles deep into the Earth, causing California and the west coast to be put under water. What I just said was what you call useful information to society. You can look this up. I'm not playing. We're too old to be talking about DDG and Halle Berry. Haley Bailey, one of them. Correct me, please.
Yeah, I know I had to come through.
Yeah.
I know I had to come through.
Stop speaking about these celebrities with such conviction.
Ten Gifted, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And you don't know them.
And you pay attention to yourself, see what's going on around you.
Anyway.
On April 13th, in the year 2029, that's one orbit away from the 2036 date. It has a 7-year intersection orbit with Earth. On that date, April 13th, which, by the way, is a Friday. So, April 13th, 2029, this asteroid, named Apophis, named for the Egyptian god of death and darkness, named, of course, only after we calculated its trajectory to intersect Earth. If it were not going to hit Earth, we could have named it like Bambi or Tiffany, something non-threatening, right?
I don't know. I know some dangerous ass Tiffany's.
Freddie, you know, something that it's not hurting anybody. Name that one Apophis. So we know for certain that Apophis on Friday the 13th, April 2029, it's the size of the Rose Bowl. It'll get close enough to Earth that it will dip below Earth's communication satellites. It'll be the biggest, closest thing ever to come known to come near Earth. The communication satellites are at geosynchronous orbit. It's about 23,000 miles up. This will come in at 18,000 miles. It'll be visible from Northern Europe. The Geek Set has already rented the hotel rooms there, so you're out of luck because they did the math and they knew when and where it was going to happen. It'll look like just a fast-moving bright object across the night sky, moving at about what speed do I give it? Probably around 10 miles per second. That's hauling. That's fast. So here's the catch. Its orbit remains sufficiently uncertain. Let me back up. In the possible range of orbits it could have on that fateful day, there is an interval range where if it threads that keyhole, We call it a keyhole.
Hey, Lance,
It's
appreciate
a
you.
600 mile, about 600 mile, several hundred mile range. If its orbit goes through that range, Earth's gravity will be just right. Or rather, just wrong. So that it will alter its orbit so that it will hit us 7 years later. So the test is it going to go through the keyhole? The latest estimates are that the likelihood, with updated data, is that the likelihood that it'll go through the keyhole is several in a million. Much better for us than the 30% first estimate or the 1 in 42,000 estimate that had been around for a couple of years. So you say, oh, not a problem. There are people who bet on the lottery with worse odds than that, expecting that they're going to win. Would you put $10 trillion into northern Siberia?
Hey, think about it though. You see how some of y'all reactions are? It is what it is. I'm not believing. I'm a person. I take it day by day. I'm not on here being afraid. None of that. I'm not afraid of none of this shit. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, regardless about how anybody feels. That's just how I operate. I don't operate out of fear. I don't. It is what it is, nigga. Learn how to swim, or it is what it is. Like at this point, if it hits, it hits. If it don't, it don't. It's fine. They've been talking about this for some time, and you see how I line these things up. That's how the human mind is thinking. We got all these events happening. Everybody's paying attention to all these celebrities and everything. And then, is it a distraction from the real stuff that they say can happen, like this asteroid that's coming?
Yeah.
Y'all see how I line it up? It's crazy. But he could be lying. For sure. But it's interesting. It's something to look into. But once you look into it, you'll see the information there. But it's another thing. We've been lied to so much. Do you trust that information? I see in the chat.
Have you explored lead generation? Collect information from potential customers to help drive conversions. If you haven't, it's time to give it a shot. Running a lead generation ad on TikTok is easy. Simply use an instant form that loads directly on TikTok or direct users to fill in a form on your website instead. Start reaching potential customers with lead generation ads on
It's a lot of distrust, and I understand. I'm here with you. We just here to talk about this amongst each other, but it's reminding me of this again.
Everybody is so distracted with the stars. They're not paying attention to everything else around.
Actually entering the lower atmosphere. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and impact.
Appreciate it, Johnny.
Go to Jamaica.
Chunk of rock. Rocks don't explode.
Okay, tell that to the dinosaurs.
We are still waiting for the first images of the actual splashdown that's expected in the Atlantic Ocean. What was that? Earlier footage showed a
Dinosaurs can turn to birds because they didn't hit. Yeah.
That's okay. Shockwave. That the fragment it has hit the state of Florida, Central Florida, with the impact's epicenter reported just outside Tampa, stretching to Orlando.
And y'all think these celebrity buildings bunkers underneath? They know what's getting ready to go down.
Has apparently sent a shockwave felt as far as 1,500 miles.
And they bringing other people here inside of the United States.
Are about to see. These are disturbing images. They are coming to us from a local news helicopter in Tampa, as well as an overhead weather satellite.
I mean, look, it's only fear mongering if you're afraid. So let me know how many of y'all in the comments are. How many of y'all are afraid? How many of y'all take that as fear mongering? It can't be fear mongering no more. They hold no power over you. With none.
Okay, you all, I'm back. Now, I'm going to share some more TikTok videos with you all. But this is the thing I want you all to take away. While everybody is so wrapped up in these stars, you know, I just wish I was there with them to get some extra, had some extra clones of myself too. Either way, because that's gonna be a thing surely in the future. You know, to be able to have clones and bitcoins and stuff like that. Different ways to for money in different ways. We're in the precipice of things is changing. So I'm going to show you some more TikTok videos. But see, this is the thing. This is why I don't too much kind of talk about P. Diddy, because it's like, to me, just to me, in my opinion, it's a distraction. Really, it's a distraction, you know. Now, Jaguar Wright, I can talk about her because, you know, her name is Jaguar Wright. But the Jaguar in it, I explained to y'all in another video, which means two-dimensional person. So automatically, you know what I'm saying? And she can speak the truth on the earth. But see, also, like, my teeth broke, okay? And of course, I eat sweets, but you also have to pay attention to that we have different frequencies that's going on in the planet, and different things that's going on the planet. So while everybody's been so distracted by stars and everything, there is other things going on, higher things. This is why you must use your discernment, okay? And fast as much as you can. I know you always hear me say fast. You always see me with a smoothie or my water. But what he just showed is true. There is parasites that will get inside your body and will mess up your brain, because there is parasites, you know. So when I say parasites, like, as far as, like, say for instance, there's parasites, you know, like, there's parasites. There is parasites, and the food that they've eaten, and the stuff that you eat, you know, is just, I don't know. I gotta find some other stuff to eat now, because I'm already have I'm allergic to certain things as it is, right? So as far as food is concerned, there's certain food that I cannot eat, right? So I like this certain amount of food. It's called KNORS, and it's rice and broccoli and a little cheddar, right? I don't eat cheese very often, right? Oh, I like eating that rice. Now I just have to cook regular rice. But it says biodegradable. But something in there, and they just giving it to everybody. Something in that rice, I'm allergic to it. I have been eating it for a long time, never bothered me. But now, since they changed it, I don't know what's in it, and I had an allergic reaction to it. I was like, you know, and so I pay attention to what I eat. So yeah, let's show some more of what's going on, and you all stay strong and stay protected, and you know, and get y'all stuff for your house and everything else, okay? And I'll be showing y'all these paperworks, because when I be talking about this paperwork to you all, I know I'm talking about creepy TikTok videos and TikTok videos. You know, this is for entertainment purposes only, but when I tell you all about this paperwork, it's very important to get this paperwork. I'm also on the team. You can go to my team, Street Dream Team. She will mail you out 3 documents. That's good for you, and you can, like, erase it and put what you need to put in there. She sends it to you. So I have those, and you get those notarized. Then there's other documents. So this is a process, you all, these paperwork, because a Real Nagas, he has it also on his channel and his Patreon. Real Nagas status corrections, where you can get some of your paperwork. I may be sitting here behind this computer and with you all, but still and all, you all are going to need this paperwork later down the line. I'm telling you the best I can to get started on this paperwork. But y'all keep like, what is she talking about the paperwork? Yes, these laws is coming into play, but nobody is paying attention. I'm not talking about no P. Diddy. I don't care about what they doing in their boudoir. I could care less what they doing in their boudoir, okay? My concern is you all but get in this paperwork. That's more important than anything. Get this paperwork. Don't get distracted, okay? That's what I have to tell you. Because when you get your papers notarized, do you all know that three notaries can overturn any judge of what they didn't, whatever they said? 3 notaries can overturn whatever the judge said. So anyway, start getting on y'all paperwork, y'all. Start getting on y'all paperwork. Now there's Paths to Freedom. There's Real Nagas. There's Stevie Stowe. There's Tyler Fowler. She's on TikTok. And you have to get the Black Law Dictionary, and start studying this stuff. It's a lot of stuff to study, y'all. It's a lot of stuff to study, but it would be worth it, because when you have these documents in your hand, you got a ways to go, but this paperwork, it will help you a whole heck of a lot. And the best thing is registered with the state and federal, So anyway, we're going to get back to some more videos because I got more studying to do with this paperwork, y'all. Anyway, here we go. We're going to get back some more. Here we go. Oh, okay. Let me go back. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay, share the screen. Here we go. There we go.
I am no longer voting Democrat. I am no longer a fan of AOC after her stupid, pathetic arguments to support this shit. This is misogynistic. I feel really bad for all the girls growing up in blue states. Be very, very careful. You're going to lose your stature. You're no longer going to win your medals. They didn't put sports into it, which is good. Not because it's political, but because it's so fucking obvious. The whole world is watching American men beat up American women as if it's a sport, because it is a sport now. See? That has now become the sport. It amazes me how naive and uneducated so many people are. Anyway, just like in the UK now, you're going to be calling your rapist a she. And if you don't call her a she, she's going to sue you for misgendering, and it's going to be a hate incident. Are you guys watching what's happening in other countries? Are you guys watching what's happening only in the past year? This is more dystopian than the abortion ban. It is.
Did you know that AI is set to create 97 million new jobs by 2025? These new age jobs will need skilled professionals to drive AI-backed innovation and lead sustainable business growth. Are you ready to become one of them?
It It is legitimately, and this is not for LGBTQ kids. This is for trans women, period. This is opening the door. This is mixing sex and gender. This is pretending we don't know the difference between sex and gender. This is opening the door to a lot of dystopian shit. I am not voting for this old man. I am not voting Democrat. I don't even know if I am voting. I'm just going to write.
Biden inserts gender identity into Title IX, adding biological males to women's rights laws. So basically, you know, it ain't just about male and female. It's like if you identify as this, then that's what you are. It's just based on how you identify. That's what that means.
Like my next dystopian novel. No, actually, I already wrote this shit.
She mad.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. So something very interesting is going to happen this November, and I think we all need to pay attention to it. Ever since I came to America 21 years ago, Democrats have constantly claimed to be the party of women's rights, and have claimed that Republicans are fighting a war on women. However, every time I've engaged a Democrat on what women's rights entails, it boils down to a right for women to kill their unborn children. And for some of them, throughout all 9 months of pregnancy. Wow. That is what Democrats understand as preserving women's rights. Because deep down they know and understand that this act is morally wrong, they go through mental gymnastics trying to justify the act by claiming that the child in their womb is not really an offspring, but a clump of cells relegated to the level of a parasite. Whoa. Now, these same Democrats are going to go to the polls in November to vote for a candidate they believe will preserve their rights to continue perpetrating this human sacrifice. Ooh. Here's the kicker. In voting to preserve abortion rights, Democrats will be doing another thing, which I believe is even more detrimental to women. They will basically be erasing what it means.
Listen, man, it's a couple of videos that we done did so far on TikTok, man. Also, I got a playlist. You can go check it out and binge watch those playlists. It was another video when I was like, yo, women, I need to hear what your opinion on this. This is another video where I need the women to, and men too, you know what I'm saying? What are y'all thoughts on these things, man? Women, I need y'all front and center though. You know what I'm saying?
Needs to be a woman. Today, the Education Department released a final rule that basically turns Title IX on its head. So while the Democrats are claiming to be protecting women's rights, they will simultaneously be taking away protections enacted decades ago to protect women physically, to protect their opportunities, to protect their scholarships, to ensure they're safe in their private spaces. Democrats will be undoing all that progress while at the same time telling women they can kill their unborn children. At the polls this November, you will have single-issue Democrats voting in favor of abortion with their presidential vote, while simultaneously perpetrating the complete dismantling of what it means to be a woman. I've never been a single-issue voter, but as a father of 2 daughters, today, the Democrats have made me a single-issue voter, because those who truly care about our girls, those who truly care about the safety, opportunities, and success of our girls should understand that you cannot protect women's rights while telling them to kill their children and then taking away from them the very essence of what it is.
We're the women that benefited from Title IX.
Well spoken.
Helping us out in athletics, education, any of that other type of thing that Title IX did. I benefited from it. By the time I'd gotten to college in 1975, the Title IX, there were sports for us to play. So I played collegiate sports. Now, guys think they're a girl and they can go into the locker rooms, K to 12, now, even through college. Biden says now he's done something with the education department where if you don't comply with that and let these guys come into your daughter's locker room, He's going to take their federal funding away. High school, college. This is absolutely wrong. It's immoral. Where are you women? Speak out.
Hey, what's up, guys? Special Zach. Wonderful Friday. Just got done working out. I was just sitting here reading this news about Biden trying to change what Title IX means in sex and gender and all this stuff. And I just want to remind you of this reality. Our sons and daughters are going to fight battles that we were too lazy to fight. People wouldn't stand up for a real woman. People wouldn't stand up for a real marriage. People wouldn't stand up for real truth against abortion.
Hold on, man. Hold on. What a button that was too lazy to fight. Come on, man.
And now our sons and daughters are going to fight fights that we were too lazy and empathetic and apathetic to fight. Our daughters and our sons deserve to be protected. Our children
That's a fact.
deserve to be protected. Our marriages deserve to be protected. Stand up for truth. Quit being cowards. Speak up now.
If you are a guy who is a current college student or the parent of a guy currently in college, you need to watch this entire TikTok because the federal government just made it insanely easy for you or your son to have his life ruined by a mere accusation of wrongdoing. Today, Joe Biden's Department of Education, which is led by this guy, Miguel Cardona, completely overhauled Title IX. If you don't know what Title IX is, it's a law from 1972 that prohibits sex-based discrimination at any school that receives federal funding. One of the areas of Title IX that was completely overhauled is how universities deal with accusations of SA. To make a long story short, boys, you need to be careful out there. A, because the biggest lie that you've ever been told in your life is that it's actually fun to sleep with a random chick that you met at a party. And B, because under these new regulations, you are essentially now guilty until proven innocent. Now, I want to preface this by saying that, of course, not all accusations of SA are false. And when women come forward, they need to be taken seriously. But last time I checked, we still live in America. And just because you are accused of something does not mean you are guilty of it. The standards for how SA is handled at universities were originally overhauled by the Obama administration. They created what is known as the single investigator model. The guidelines became that when a woman accuses a guy of SA, a single college administrator now determines the outcome of the case. AKA, this random college administrator now can play judge, jury, and execution. Naturally, this led to several high-profile instances of men being kicked out of their colleges and having their lives ruined due to a false accusation. I was also a first-hand witness to this. When I was a freshman at Sacred Heart University, a girl named Nikki Jovino accused two guys on the football team of graping her, but it later turned out that she made the entire thing up. She ended up going to jail for a year for this and received 3 years of probation after that. And even though that may seem like some semblance of justice, the damage to these two guys was already done. They lost their scholarships, they were forced to leave the school, and they never played football again. Now, when Trump came into office, his Department of Education under Betsy DeVos completely reversed the Obama-era guidelines. The guidelines that they put in place gave people who were accused of SA the right to a live hearing where they could cross-examine their accusers. AKA, they actually got some sort of a fair trial before a college administrator decided if they were guilty or innocent. But now, under Biden and Cardona, the kangaroo courts are back. And not only are they back, their new regulations go even further than that. Under these new rules, schools are now required to use the preponderance of evidence standard. What this means that if just 51% of the evidence in a case points to their guilt, they're automatically guilty. Those accused are no longer entitled to a guaranteed hearing to present their side of the story. And not only that, schools are no longer required to provide accused students the full evidence that is being presented against them. So you're not allowed to present your side of the story. You're not allowed full access to the evidence being presented against you, and one person at your college will decide if you're innocent or guilty. That is what will happen if you are accused of doing something wrong by a woman. This is not a joke, fellas. It's serious shit that could lead to your life being ruined. With all that being said, there's a very simple thing that can lead to this never happening to you. Stop banging random broads that you meet at parties. It may seem fun for the first 10 minutes or so, but then you eventually realize that you're in bed with a stranger, and it kind of sucks. You know what's a lot more fun? Waking up next to somebody that you have a genuine connection with, taking somebody on a date, making them your girlfriend, knowing that you're already going home from the party with somebody who you can trust. That's a lot more fun, and will guarantee your safety from the Biden kangaroo courts.
Boy, that's craziness.
Today, the Biden administration dropped their much-anticipated rewrite of Title IX. This new rewrite is going to affect women and girls substantially. In the rewrite, they stated that sex is now equivalent to gender identity. What this means is men can take academic and athletic scholarships from women. Men can have full access to women's bathrooms and locker rooms. Men can be housed in women's dorms. And worst of all, students and faculty members alike are going to be forced to use preferred pronouns. Specifically, it is sexual harassment if you do not use the preferred pronouns for an individual. This rewrite undermines all the original efforts of Title IX. It is more important now than ever for us women and girls to speak up against this unlawful rewrite of Title IX. And to the Biden administration, thanks for showing us that you do not.
The world is ready.
Yeah.
Come join the action and study for a film degree with us, either at our Hollywood campus or 100% online. You'll
not stand with women and girls and do not care about all the hard work we've done to fight for our rights.
I wouldn't know what to
This stuff is wild.
Good morning, friends. I woke up to the sad news this morning that the Biden administration has gone ahead and completely rewrote Title IX. I don't know why I thought that they would potentially stand for women and girls, but they are not. As a Division I athlete and someone who received a full scholarship for school and benefited all the amazing things that Title IX brings, I am completely heartbroken. I am so sad for little girls. I am so sad for women. I am shattered this morning. But once I composed myself, I realized that we just need to fight harder. And we need to be louder and we need to be stronger, because here's the thing. My little girls, they're not going to use pronouns. They are not going to speak lies. They are going to speak the truth. My little girls, I'm not going to let a boy or a man take their spots in sports and not be able to benefit the amazing things that sports bring to young girls and women. And I am for sure not going to let them be changing in a bathroom with a male, a man. No, I'm not going to do that. So I am not going to abide by these rules. We are going to fight back and we are going to win this, because women have come way too far to be pushed back and to be erased. And like I've said before, in the name of inclusivity, we are excluding women from our own category. We are excluding girls. We are going to hurt girls for generations to come. So, mama bears, parents, we need to stand up. We need to say no to this. We need to talk about this. We need to fight for our girls. I say no to this, no to the Biden administration. You will not be erasing girls. You will not be taking over our spaces. No.
Breaking today, a first-of-its-kind lawsuit to protect fairness in women's sports. 16 current and former female student athletes allege that the NCAA's transgender policy is a violation of Title IX that reduces female competitive opportunities and deprives women of their constitutional right to bodily privacy in locker rooms. At the center of the lawsuit is trans athlete Leah Thomas, who results in the 2022 NCAA Swim Championships directly impacted my two guests. Riley Gaines is a former University of Kentucky swimmer and host of the Gaines for Girls podcast on Outkick. And Rika George swam for Virginia Tech and is now the director of operations for the school's swim and dive team. Both are part of today's filing. Ladies, great to have both of you with us. Thank you for joining us today. So Riley, let me start with you. What is the goal of this lawsuit? And if you win, who would be impacted?
Well, thank you very much for having us on. The NCAA's most basic job is to protect the fairness and safety of competition in collegiate sport. But instead, what Reka and I face and what countless other female athletes continue to face at the hands of the NCAA is discrimination against us on the basis of our sex, which is, of course, everything that Title IX was passed to prevent from happening. So the NCAA is failing on their most basic duties to provide fair, equal, and safe competition, not just for women, but really for everyone. And who this would impact, what we are hoping for out of this lawsuit is 1, accountability, 2, responsibility, and 3, for the NCAA to implement Title IX by its original intent. So it would impact every athlete who competes at the collegiate level, and of course, future athletes who hope to compete at the collegiate level.
So I don't know if you've seen, Rika, any response from the NCAA on this lawsuit yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
All right. So tell me a little bit about, in some ways when I read the stipulations on all of these programs about testosterone levels that need to be tested in 3 different ways over different time periods in order to allow some of these trans athletes to participate in competition. I mean, I'm wondering if some of these programs might not welcome not having to go down that road anymore. It's a very complex situation that they got themselves tied up in with all of these different regulations. I wonder how you think this is going to go over with universities, whether they're going to fight this hard or whether they might welcome it.
Yeah, I don't know personally how it's going to go down, but I hope for the best that each university will have the opportunity to use their resources and everything to go down this path and help future athletes to have an equal opportunity when it comes to racing against somebody who's a biological male in the female sports.
It's interesting when you look at the transcript of the conversation that Charlie Baker, the head of the NCAA, had.
And this is obviously before Biden rewrote it.
With Senator Mike Lee. Lee asked him, has the NCAA assessed the physical, emotional, psychological harm of its transgender inclusion policy on female athletes? And what are the findings? If not, why not? And Baker responded that they hadn't conducted any research related to their current policy in that regard. Riley, what do you think about that?
Wow.
Well, I'm not surprised.
That's wow.
This is the same approach that former President Mark Emmert had, now, of course, Charlie Baker. What we've seen across the board as it pertains to the NCAA is it's full of cowards, spineless, morally bankrupt cowards at that. So look, we're hoping they do the right thing. Honestly, I believe that people within the NCAA are hoping that this is a successful lawsuit, because honestly, I don't think they want to be troubled with making this decision, because it puts Charlie Baker in a difficult position. Same thing, these states that are implementing, statutes that prevent males from competing in women's sports at the state level. I believe that the NCAA wants these states to get this legislation through, so it takes it off their plate, because again, they want to avoid accountability and responsibility at all costs.
Yeah. Rika, your final thought on that. Do you think that this is something that's going to be successful?
I really do believe that it's going to be successful. We have really great group of women standing up and speaking for others. And, we give the opportunity to people to support us. They can visit this website called takeonthencaaas.com, and they can get all the updates on the case going forward.
All right, Rika George, thank you very much. Riley Gaines, thank you. You deserve.
Y'all let me know in the comments, how did this turn out? How did this lawsuit turn out?
A lot of credit, both of you, for pushing this forward, and we'll be watching where it goes. Thank you very much, ladies.
Well, folks, the patriarchy strikes again. The Biden administration moves to essentially erase Title IX in favor of trans athletes, because essentially they are saying that males have a right to compete in female sports, which the entire point of Title IX originally was to give female athletes the same opportunity for scholarship and advancement. Seriously, these aren't progressives. These are regressives. Name any policy that the left and progressives are not regressing on and moving back to the days of old. I challenge you. Do that in the comments. Go now.
This girl comes up next to me. Her name is Reka. She swam for Virginia Tech. She was from Hungary, and she stayed in the U.S. I asked her, I was like, why did you take your 5th year? And she said, I've wanted to become an All-American. And so she was standing next to me. She was out of breath. Her heart rate was high, and she was watching the result board to see if she made top 16. And she realizes as the last heat dives in the water, which this is the heat that Leah is swimming in the morning, she realizes she's going to be right on the cusp of making it back. She watches Leah dominates, beats everyone in the water by seconds, which in swimming, even 1 second is a ton. But Leah beat everyone in the water by multiple seconds, body lengths. And these are Olympians. These are the most impressive female swimmers of all time.
Wow.
But again, beats everyone. Reka looks up to the result board and she realized she placed 17th. And I
Hold on, man. William ranked 462 in men's swimming. He went and became Leah and ranked number 1.
knew her relatively. I didn't know her well, but I knew her name. And we're standing next to each other and she grabs my hand, looks at me with tears coming down her face. And this is when my feelings shifted, because up until this point, I felt kind of mad, just confused. I felt mad that the NCAA, frustrated. They didn't see it how I saw it. But she grabbed my hand, tears rolling down her face. And she says, I just got beat by someone who didn't even have to try. And that's when my feelings shifted to heartbreak. Seeing how this affected her, knowing she put in the same work to a level that I did.
Because the world rejected you, you created a facade.
Knowing she stayed an extra year from her home country in Hungary in the States so she could achieve this goal, and she just had that stripped from her. And again, that's when it felt like I'd been punched in the gut. And so we come back that night, and of course, Leah Thomas swims to a national title, beating everyone.
That is crazy.
That's when Thomas and I raced in the 200 freestyle, and again, resulted in a tie.
What was the consequence of tying?
We went behind the awards podium where typically you're handed your trophy, you're marched out, you're named an All-American. And so we go back there and the official looks at both Thomas and myself and says, great job, but you guys tied. And we only have one trophy. Therefore, we're giving this trophy to Leah. And I question this and I say, why?
Whoa.
And at first he's, well, we're just doing this in chronological order. To which I further pressed and I said, okay, well, what are you being chronological about? Because we tied. And if we're doing this off alphabetical order, G comes before T. So what are you being chronological about? To which this wasn't a script they had prepared for him. And he actually appreciated his honesty. He did say, we have to give the trophy for Leah because Leah has to have it for pictures. They've made that clear. Leah has to have the trophy for pictures. You can pose with this trophy, but you have to give yours back. You have to go home empty-handed. Leah Thomas takes the trophy home. End of story.
Whoa.
There have been 19,000 complaints of discrimination filed with the Department of Education this year. This article talks about the rise in all the complaints and just the wide range of complaints that people are filing. They range from complaints about people using the N-word, people being anti-Semitic and praising Hitler, people mocking the death of George Floyd, and disabled students being subjected to discrimination. So it's really sad and really disturbing to hear this. And, you know, the part that really disturbs me is that, you know, these young children going into elementary school, middle school, high school, saying these things, they're getting it from home. They're being told in their households that this is acceptable language, that is acceptable to treat other people differently. So if you're a parent and your child is being subjected to discrimination, what can you do? Well, this article talks about the fact that you can file a complaint with the Department of Education. Any school that receives financial assistance from the federal government is not allowed to discriminate against individuals. So Title VI of the civil rights laws prevent schools from discriminating. So you can file a complaint with the Department of Education. You can also consult with an attorney to see if you can get help. There are lots of attorneys who specialize in education law and enforcing Title IX. Title IX is also a law which protects students from sex discrimination in schools. Ooh. So if you are in a situation where your child is being subjected to discrimination, don't give up. You know, complain loudly to the Department of Education, to your school board members, and just know that, you know, hopefully you can find some recourse through some of those departments.
You have to make it up. I go get hold on, you all.
I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe, and your son gave you. They even have a statement that we have to give 10% to the big man. You're the big man, I think. I don't know, maybe you're not, but you're the big man, I think. Your son said we have to give 10% to the big man. Joe, what's that all about? It's terrible.
Joe looking like
Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Joe Biden.
Why?
Because Donald Trump is an asshole.
Joe Biden, 100%. I mean, if I had to choose somebody, I would probably choose someone more left than Joe Biden. But I felt like Joe Biden was running on a campaign that was based on a lot more.
Okay, you all. So let me come back with you all. Okay. So they were saying Title IX, but Title IX, see, this is when I tell you all about this Constitution and this paperwork. So number 9 is the 9th Amendment. The law, you make people respond to you. So they say Title IX, and they saying as far as all the alphabets, but Title IX is also the 9th, also will be considered as the 9th Amendment. Now I really don't know what their title is as far as the transgender, but I'm just telling you the 9th Amendment is the law, and it makes people respond to you. So you do have a 9th Amendment, you all. You know, you do have a 9th Amendment. So this is why we're telling you all, you have to get these laws and these paperworks in order. When I be talking to you all about this paperwork, y'all, and I told you all, go to Tyler Fire on my team, Street Dream Team, and Tyler Fire, she will send you 3 documents, and she charges $10. You can fill them out, Word document. That's a start. That's a start there. The other ones, we got Path to Freedom and Real Nagas. But you're going to need this paperwork in the future. I don't know how important this that I keep expressing this to you all. But it's muy importante. Very important. Capiche? All right, let's get back to this. Okay.
More human kindness and a lot less prejudice. And I think living under Donald Trump as president for 4 years was very difficult. And there's so many reasons that I could get into on why he is terrible, but I think just a general drive for wealth and on prejudice is really awful.
this is going to be interesting this year.
Trump says there's 2 N-words that you can't say.
You have 2 N-words, neither of which should ever be mentioned. You know what the one is, but the other is the nuclear word. Not supposed to ever be mentioned.
Tyler, what do you think about that as a man of color when Trump says there's 2 N-words? One of them's nuke, and then the other one, he's like, you know what it is. Okay, a man of color just said it's true. It's literally just spitting a fact. It is a fact.
A man of color.
Inspire Advantage's MCAT tutoring programs make maximizing scores easier. 98% of aspiring physicians.
This is going to be interesting this year here, boy. What you going? Some conspiracy theories think we ain't even going to have an election this year.
This is so much stuff going on this year, you all. We're in the year of the dragon. There is not even going to be an election, you all. I'm going to tell you all that now, ahead of time. There's so much other stuff going on. And if we do have elections, then, you know, but we're not going to even get, we're not going to even get to an election. We're not going to get that far, y'all.
Joe Biden, boy, he look like he a little old, a little stiff in the bones.
What do you like better as a nickname? Slow Joe or Sleepy Joe? So let's go. Wait, Slow Joe first. Okay, so just scream if you like it. So you have a choice. Slow Joe. They're both very appropriate. Slow Joe or Sleepy Joe. Ready? Slow Joe.
Wow.
I think we're gonna have a winner. Sleepy Joe. He's a sleepy guy.
Donald Trump is a savage, though.
Who will you be voting for in the election?
Joe Biden, of course. You know,
What makes you want to vote for Joe Biden?
because of what he's done.
What has he done for America?
Oh, come on! He saved the country from the economic mess that Trump left. With,
And so 4 more years with Joe Biden would help the country get back into a better place.
I think so. You know, otherwise, 4 more years of Donald Trump. No,
What do you think is going to happen if Donald Trump gets put into office?
I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. I'm actually looking to buy something out of the country in case that happens.
Really?
Yes.
What would be your big fear if Donald Trump gets put and elected back into office?
Well, my biggest fear is, he'll just end democracy.
Really? You think he'd become a dictator in America?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
With Joe Biden, a lot of immigrants have came into America. What do you think about the migrant crisis here in the United States?
Well, I think that it is a problem, the migrant crisis, but Biden was supporting the Republicans and the Democrats came up with a plan, and then Trump squashed it. Was opposed to it only for political reasons. So, if you're really concerned about the problem, this bipartisan bill was an answer.
Why is it not getting pushed through? What do you think?
Well, because Trump told his Republicans, his MAGA Republicans, not to pass it.
So do you think Trump's part of the problem here of the border crisis?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Can't answer.
Why is that?
I'm on work.
You can't tell me your
If you're on
political
duty,
party?
you can't give political statements.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Why do you say Joe Biden?
Because Joe Biden.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Biden.
You say Biden?
Biden.
And why is that?
Because Trump's a Cheeto head.
Name one thing that you don't like about Donald Trump.
He's a womanizer, and he's a thief, and he's just a bad guy.
Name one thing you don't like about Trump.
He's orange.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
I'm gonna go with Donald Trump on this one.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Joe Biden. Trump.
And why is that, sir?
He's a racist.
Is Donald Trump racist?
In a way, I believe he is. Honestly, just because, it's like in a way, but he just tries to be passive aggressive with it.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Donald Trump.
Why?
Just because he's way better. Joe Biden sucks.
You don't like Joe Biden?
No, I don't care for Joe Biden at all.
Who needs music when you can have politics? Who knows politics better than Kanye West?
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Hey, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Trump for the next election.
How do you feel about Donald Trump?
Yeah. Don't go anywhere. I'm Lisa Nichols, and I'm here to tell you.
You want the truth?
I want nothing but
I don't got a problem with the man. So what? He ain't never did nothing to me.
Is Donald Trump racist?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say the man's racist. I heard a joke where it was are all Donald Trump fans racist. He ain't never did nothing wrong to me, bro. I can't judge that man on none of his personal beliefs, so I don't know. So you won't get me to say he's an asshole, but he's a good businessman.
Do you think Pelosi and Biden get it on in the Oval Office? That's a yes.
This guy.
Yeah, I think that's what that was. No, that was an unexpected one. I think they're too old for that.
Yeah. Shooting blanks.
Shooting blanks.
He pushed that button because I had to respect the man. He wasn't even in office 100 days. He did how many? He shot like 100. No, like I don't know how many missiles it was over in Syria and tore their asses up for the shit that he was doing over there. So he has some opinions that I backed on that too, because that man was killing his own people over there. That ain't right.
I'm 100% a Trump supporter. He's not a great person, but he's a good president. So
You don't think he's racist or wrong for the things he said, quote unquote?
well, he's up and said some shit he shouldn't, to be honest, but he's
He was digging us out of the hole that we were put into. So he's a numbers man, and he knows what he's doing.
Is Joe Biden a good president?
Personally, I don't think so.
Regardless of what
No,
they
I don't like the way
I
that
don't
things are
really-
going. You know, I
in
was
politics
definitely voted for Trump.
myself.
I feel like everyone hates on Trump, and like I feel like he did some good things as a president. You know, I feel like Biden doesn't really make any of his decisions on his own. He kind of
Yeah,
has
but
people
Trump
that like
is a good business.
tell him what to say and stuff. So I don't really know if I trust him as a president.
You think Joe Biden will get reelected?
Oh yeah.
You like Joe Biden?
Go to Jesse Jackson. We had to go and
Definitely try to build or
Jesse
try to
Jackson
kick all Mexicans
before
out.
I
Try
did.
to build a wall.
You like our president?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, Joe Biden. That's all I gotta say. We need to get his clown ass out of office and bring back Trump.
Yeah.
Very mixed responses in that clip.
Trump or Biden?
She looking at him
Well,
like,
seeing how gas prices are,
you better not
I'm
say
not
that.
going with Trump.
Yeah, bro. I just saw
Look.
$7 gas prices.
Well, I'm also in the military,
Oh, okay.
and you know, Biden doesn't really like the military.
Fair
So,
enough.
just for those reasons,
She
I'm not
looking
to
like-
say.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Biden.
Biden?
Yes.
Any reason why? Or
Trump is a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. Biden is not too great either, but Trump just takes it way too fucking far.
yeah.
So I can't.
Okay. Cool.
A divided household.
Trump or Biden? Who? Who the fuck is that?
Trump or Biden?
Who? Okay, like you're fired.
But yeah,
I don't know. What are they? No, for real. Oh, they're running for the.
the president is freaking Biden, girl.
Well, just shows that I don't give a shit.
Trump all the way. Trump all the way.
Oh, Trump.
Biden.
Trump. Damn. Probably Biden.
Biden.
Trump. Trump.
Biden. Biden.
Wow.
Trump.
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 Trump. I'm not into politics, to be honest.
Biden.
Trump. Let me get Trump.
Let me get Trump.
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 Neither.
Ooh, Trump.
Trump.
Trump or Biden?
Yeah, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
Biden.
Biden.
Trump.
Biden.
Probably gonna go with.
Why he look
Actually, I
so
don't-
confused?
Probably
Just say a name.
Trump.
Oh, I'm not voting this year. I don't like either one.
Trump.
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 Biden.
Trump. Oh, Trump or Biden? Trump. Trump.
A lot of people like don't even know where to go.
Trump or Biden?
Easy choice, Biden. Inflation rate at an all-time low, unemployment at an all-time low, stock market's all-time high, First Step Job Act. He freed Kodak Black, freed ASAP Rocky, freed Lil Wayne, freed Snoop Dogg homeboy, not to mention, and got a mugshot himself. But
What?
I think I meant to say Trump. I meant to say Trump. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to say Biden. I meant to be, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, not Biden.
That was confusing.
Trump or Biden?
Trump.
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 Why?
Because Biden doesn't know if he's coming or going.
I don't know. It don't matter.
Biden's so old, he don't know what he's talking about or doing. That's why gas prices are like $4.
Yeah, he stole my point. Everything's so daggone expensive. I mean, look at that milk back there. $5 a gallon for that. You serious?
Who's got the best boots?
This is why I pull all the baddies in.
The bad.
So the only thing you can see is my pants down. I'm camo, like you see my head up here.
He stole my point.
It's Texas Tech. Quick question: Trump or Biden?
Whoa.
Neither. Is it Trump's for black people?
Black people don't like Trump.
They do.
Woo, no comment.
No, literally.
Do I have to answer?
Jeez. Wow.
No comment. Biden.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like
Mm.
Trump. Biden.
Damn.
Whoa. Biden.
I don't even know. Just a name.
Just a name.
He's gonna be your president next year, bro.
I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know.
Trump.
Trump. I saw your TikTok yesterday. Trump.
It's like Trump, Biden.
No, thank you.
No comment. I don't give up.
Yeah, I don't really care much. Oh shoot, Trump. Trump.
All the way.
Mm-hmm.
Trump.
Trump.
Neither.
Latinos for Trump.
Your mom.
Whoa.
Biden. Back
Neither.
I'll go with Trump, bro.
Trump.
Oh, I like to keep that to myself.
Donald Trump.
Into politics, but I'll say Trump.
Oh, I'm not super political.
Just a name.
Neither.
Trump or Biden?
Trump all the way.
Why?
It's the lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
No hablo inglés.
Trump or Biden?
No hablo
Trump or Biden?
Trump.
Biden. Biden.
Trump.
What?
Trump or Biden?
Oh, what? Trump?
You said
Trump.
Vivek.
I'm sorry?
Trump or Biden?
Jesus.
Okay. Trump or Biden?
Biden.
This is gonna be interesting this year, boy.
Trump or Biden? Biden. Biden? Why? Because Trump. Why? I'm a Mexican. What does it have to do with not liking Trump? Because I don't want to go over the wall. So are you here legally or illegally? Legally. So then you have nothing to worry about. White people.
Whoa. Whoa.
You're a slave? Or you're not a slave? How do you feel about
Most holistic coaches and course creators think that they need to choose between business and spirituality, between impact and revenue.
This matchup again in 2024?
Who could be better on a given day than Biden?
What made you stop this man?
I ask anyone.
Everything he said, I disagree with. I've met him. Yes, is he egomaniac and a little obnoxious? However, he's very smart.
College educated.
I am totally
What has
educated.
Biden done right? Economy is going like this. Unemployment is shrinking.
We're all enslaved. You know, you're being taxed up the wazoo. Where is all this money
I'm
going?
not troubled
I would-
by the corruption charges
I-
against Trump.
The corruption charges
All over
are
the
all
country.
manufactured
How do
to
you know?
keep him from being president.
How do
I
you-
know
is it
more than
pedophile?
you know because I have been in the court system, okay, for many years.
I'm a lawyer. I don't mean that means I know
I
more
have
than
no
you.
respect for lawyers and
But you
judges.
have respect
I
for
have
you.
no respect.
Ooh. What? Wow.
Trump or Biden?
Stop it. Neither.
Trump or Biden?
Neither. They're both too fucking old.
Trump or Biden?
Neither. Who would you put? Shit,
Why
myself.
you gotta catch up about it?
Trump? Yes, sir.
But he was interviewing him with a ketchup bottle.
Did people take this too far? Michelle Obama recently gave a speech not only hinting on becoming the next president, but being the first lady to accomplish it.
That a woman can be president of the United States. I want a president with a record of public service, someone whose life's work shows our children
She running
that
for
we don't
office?
chase fame and fortune for ourselves. We fight to give everyone a chance to succeed.
After this video aired out, people had a lot to say, but before I get into that, according to reports, sometime between March and May, Biden will be stepping out of the election in order to be replaced by Michelle, in which Barack has already started her funding. But the first thing people pointed out was how she was lying on becoming the first woman to be a president due to Obama saying this in the past.
Admiral Mullen, Deborah, Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today.
Now, I don't know about this one, but then again, you guys let me know what you think and if you believe this theory.
Michelle Obama as the president.
Are you a Trump or Biden supporter? Trump. You think other people will be able to guess that?
Probably.
Who do you think he supports? Trump or Biden?
Say Biden.
Who do you support if you don't mind me asking?
22, I'd probably pick Biden.
Do you think people will be able to guess that?
Probably.
Based on this guy's appearance, do you think he voted for Trump or Biden? Biden.
Biden.
Biden? Are you guys Trump or Biden supporters?
Not really either.
Okay, would you say you're independent then?
Yeah.
Do you think people would be able to guess that?
No.
Based on her appearance, do you think she's a Trump supporter, Biden supporter, or independent?
Probably independent.
What are you? Trump,
Biden or independent?
Probably have to say independent.
You think people would be able to guess that?
Yeah.
Based on this guy's appearance, do you think he voted for Trump, Biden, or do you think he's independent?
Shit, I'm gonna go Trump.
Can't be fooled by the cover.
We have to make sure that Americans can meet their basic needs. People are not acknowledging your rent is due tomorrow. And most people can't afford to put food on their table. Home ownership is non-existent for young people. Houselessness is rising. And even though we pretend that it's not a thing, the fastest population is the elderly losing their homes because of scams that predatory lenders use. You have not been living your best lives. I know it. The people on the stage know it. And anybody who is in office right now knows it. And you notice they're not trying to change it. I'm not a politician, but I am running for the highest office of the land.
Wow.
The highest office of the land.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Before I ever started, I was under investigation. I don't mean this, I'm talking about before I even announced I was running for president, I was under investigation by this lunatic.
So it's not election interference. I'm so glad that we can make that clear. His words, not mine.
Can someone tell me who the we're voting for in 2024? Because on one end of the spectrum, we have Genocide Joe, who was funneling billions and billions of dollars, our dollars, to annihilate Palestinians. And on the other end, we have Trump, who is saying that if he's reelected, he is going to ban refugees from Gaza, as well as travelers from Muslim countries. How the f are these our only options?
So the last election was defined as a vote against Trump. Nobody really voted for Biden. It wasn't against Trump. This election is going to be against Biden. We're all just desperate for anything. We will vote against Biden. And I think when this election goes south, which it will, this is DNC's fault. Like, DNC as an agency seems to have no foresight. Like, how are you running the most unpopular candidate of all time and you think you have a shot? Like, make it make sense. They will be like, oh, voters, low voter turnout and this and that. That's what they're going to say. But reality is, you just have a shitty candidate. That's not you. Okay, so me personally, I always vote local elections. And I think the thing with local elections is even if you have a shitty president, progressive local candidates can still do certain things to protect marginalized communities, right? And when I am voting in elections where I don't like any of the candidates because they're all Zionists or right-wingers, I'm putting in the word Free Palestine. Shout out to Rosie on TikTok for this idea. But I'm going to put Free Palestine because it's like an intentional non-voting as opposed to just not showing up. I'm going to show up and I'm going to tell them I voted for a Free Palestine because it will make it a legitimate voter issue that they didn't have to make opinions or like a stance on.
Here's the deal. There are lifelong Democrat voters who are now saying, that's my final straw. I will not be voting for Joe Biden in 2024 because he's funding a genocide and I can't bring myself to give him a vote. And then there are other Democrats saying, no, you have to vote for him. He's the lesser of two evils. If he loses, Trump wins, and Trump is way worse. So vote blue no matter who. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I myself am very torn because I am seeing the argument on both sides, but we have a year to figure it out. I will say this right now, though. Enough with vote blue no matter who. We have to completely eliminate that phrase from our vocabulary because what does it let the Democratic Party know? Holy shit. We can literally do whatever the fuck we want and they'll vote for us anyway. This is great. What are Democrats at the end of the day? They are still capitalist, greedy people who have no problem fucking us over to get what they want. Have they done things to help us in the past? Sure, but they have not done nearly enough. They are not helping us enough. They are still letting us down. We have to scare them. We have to make them terrified. We have to tell the Democratic Party and the people running for office, if you want our votes, you have to do this, this, and this. And if you don't do that, we are not voting for you, and you will continue to lose in every election going forward.
That's a fact.
Make them squirm.
Squirm?
Okay, you guys, listen. Don't fight with me. Don't tussle with me. Okay, I'm just trying to have a conversation. All right, I'm just trying to ask a couple of questions. All right, what are we doing in 2024? Okay, because listen, it's clearly evident Joe does not have another 4 years. Joe barely has another 4 minutes. Let's just be clear. Let's just be clear. Okay, Williamson, old girl, she didn't secure the nominee last time when she ran. She was talking all types of crazy.
I want to show you a side hustle gold mine. No, it's not what you think. And I'm not on Upwork looking for a job. I'm here because I want to prove a point to you. Look, right here, I search for business is looking for leads. On this particular day,
Crazy. I'm gonna say his name wrong. Uyghur. I've seen I've seen things that he said before, like on Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that for years, because I know he's on that show on YouTube. I believe it's called Young Turks. I actually do like him. And then Phillips, if you don't know Phillips actually has a seat, or had a seat, but he is walking away from it because he wants to run against Joe, because he doesn't feel like Joe is fit to stand for another 4 years. Now, for the Republicans, you guys, listen, Vivek wants to raise the voting age to 25. He wants everyone to take a civics test. The only way that you can vote is if you pass a civics test. My question is this, are we still going to be drafting for the Army at 18 then? If I can't vote, are you still going to draft me at 18? That's a little crazy. Vivek is also the same person who says that he doesn't believe or support identity politics, yet he took a minority scholarship from a George Soros foundation. Yeah, so there's that. As far as Ron DeSantis goes, you guys, listen, I'm in the state of Florida. That man should never be allowed in insurance in the state of Florida. He's not here. Literally, the congressional House letter pretty much like, hey, look, it ain't following through what you're doing, so you need to go ahead and bring your ass back home because we got stuff to do. His own party in the state of Florida isn't even supporting him. If you ask the average Republican in the congressional House in the state of Florida, they all tell you that they're supporting Donald Trump. How embarrassing. Y'all own people are like, yeah, we're going with the other guy. Crazy. Hutchinson, Burgum, I don't know who any of those people are. Chris Christie, his only campaign tactic right now is going at Donald Trump. That's going to get old. It's been old. Tim Scott, no. Hey, Nikki Haley, Trump, really? I mean, everyone wants Trump, to be honest with you. You guys' last hope is Nikki Haley. I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it a bean. I need to do more research on Cornel West. I don't really know a whole lot about him. I know some things, but I need to do more research on him. And then as far as Kennedy is concerned, you guys, this man is genderism comes from people licking frogs.
What?
So my question is, what are we doing? I feel like for the umpteenth billionth time, we're going to be stuck between a rock.
And gave some advice about what he ought to do with his campaign. That is, maybe move some of the people from the White House to the campaign. And so I think, this is a couple that talks to each other. And I think you can presume that they both feel the same way. They're looking at the same polls that we're looking at. They're looking at the fact that he's losing a lot of key constituencies, like younger voters and Hispanic voters. And so I think she's speaking her truth, as we say, and she's not shy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are not happy with their options for the 2024 presidential election, but that does not make it okay to stand outside my window screaming and begging me to run for office. Not gonna happen. It's just hard because people know that if I was president, I would make the big railroad happen because I'd lay the tracks down myself because that's the kind of girl and leader and she president I'd be. And I don't know how people found the paper I wrote in high school that perfectly explains how to solve the economy, but whoever found that, please put that back where you found it because I've changed my priorities in life and I don't want to be president. I really want to pursue long-form improv. And if people know that I know how to solve the economy, they're going to make me do it. But I don't want to spend all my time with fucking losers. Sorry, cat's out of the bag. If you are the president, you gotta hang out with losers a lot of the time. I don't want to hang out with losers. I want to hang out with cool friends. Like my friend Ash. I'm supposed to learn how to skateboard soon. Also, I'm literally not even old enough to run because I'm the youngest girl alive. And I know that eats you haters up. And I know you wake up crying in your sleep because you're like, God, she has everything.
I don't know what the hell she was talking about.
But the damage had already been done from that. And you need to find some safe middle ground where people know that the vaccine is safe for you, but you don't. Oh, Well, what do you mean? You're fine. You're vaccinated. What do you? Oh, it's your turn.
It's your segment.
And if Democrats don't get their, you know what, together, he's certainly
Well,
going to get reelected.
here's my question for you. Here's my question for you, because you talk about you talk about.
I am not. Judge.
Nobody is.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just point at me?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't have Trump derangement. Let me tell you what I have.
Okay.
I have I'm tired of people starting a conversation with Mexicans or liars and rapists. I'm tired of people starting a conversation about this country. Listen, I'm 62 years old. There have been a lot of people in office that I didn't agree with, but I have never, ever seen anything like this. I've never seen anybody whip up such hate. I've never seen anybody be so dismissive. And clearly you don't watch the show, so you don't know that I don't suffer from that. What I suffer from is the inability to figure out how to fix this. That's my issue. But one of the things that you talk about a lot, and I'm curious about it, is the deep state. How long has the deep state been there, and who's running it?
Well, I want to answer your question because you
ask you a question.
You had your opening statement, which was how horrible it is that Donald Trump is talking about
that's
all
what you.
these
I'm
people.
sorry,
You know what
that's
I
what
think
you
is
said.
horrible?
You said.
Well, but you know what's
said
horrible?
that
When
it
people
was.
who
It's
shouldn't
okay.
be here end up murdering the children of American citizens.
You know what's horrible?
What's
when,
horrible
When the president
is
of
we
the United
run
States
sanctuary
whips up
cities.
people to beat the hell out of people.
No.
Say goodbye.
She said, "Say goodbye." Kicked her off the show.
This. You know a lot of Trump supporters. Do we need to be deprogrammed? Be careful.
That's why I come to work every day.
Damn!
She said, "Be careful."
You said.
Whoopi, you know what's horrible?
Tempers reached a boiling point backstage at The View between Whoopi Goldberg and TV judge Jeanine Pirro.
She started cursing at me.
She stopped and put her finger in my face and yelled, I've done more for victims than you ever will. Then I said to her some few choice words I cannot repeat.
Both TV personalities spoke about the screaming match today, offering she said versions of what happened.
She said, you. And I said, Whoopi, did you just say you? I mean, she was right here. And then she said, get the out of this building.
You know, trying to kick people off the show and do all these controversial stuff. And the fact that she's only been suspended for 2 weeks and she's never been fired. The fact that the show is even still on the air is so divisive. It's just to me a show that really just doesn't try to fill the gap where we can all come together. It's always been and always will be a show where people just don't. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. There's no common ground there. Like people can't go in there with a difference of perspective and get the respect or a good level-headed conversation where they can actually see both sides.
I just won $60,000 for my car crash from this club.
Most of the time, they're only seeing their side, and they're going to just try and dismantle you in whatever belief system you have for that little bit of time that you're going to be on the air. So I hope that I hope that she does get sued. I hope that all these things do happen, because at the end of the day, we have to also see a balance, and that balance it has to stay. Like we only see it happening only from the left. I want to see a balance from the right and the left. Like you out here defaming people's careers and defaming people from who they are, calling someone out of their name, making them seem like they're a bad person, when in reality, just because you feel the song is it stands for something else, it doesn't mean that that's what that stands for. It's like everybody just completely ignored the white people in the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only see black people. I only think. Wouldn't that be the real controversial issue? The fact that you guys only relate this to black people? When people do bad things in the song, you only relate it to black people? That should be the most controversial thing. Now, it's crazy when Tom Selleck comes out and he's speaking out against Whoopi Goldberg. So at the end of the day, like, we'll see if the show comes back on, but I highly doubt it, man. I do think something's going to happen where the show is eventually going to go off air for real. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about Tom Selleck, man. I've never, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna say I've never been a fan of Tom Selleck, but I've never truly like watched or heard him speak before. I didn't even know he was conservative. I had no idea he was a conservative and he was an OG. But you know it's real when he comes out and he's in defense of Jason Aldean. That's how you know it's real. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Comment down below. Let me know some videos also that you want me to see. You can DM me them. You can Gmail me them. And this video is also coming in from just in the YouTube channel. So here we go. See you guys on the next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna share one more. So I was looking for these, you all. Now I still have these, you all. I have some for sale. If you would like to get some, you know, mask, you know, okay. If you would like to get some masks, they're $10. Okay. Now, even though, you know, we're in this age, so you might as well be ready, right? So we have a lot of these have sold quick, like, right? So these ones went quickly. They went real quickly. Okay. These went very quickly. I have these masks. Then I also have these masks, 5D. Okay, we're in the 5th dimension. And Chanel. So if you don't understand what Chanel is, of course everybody knows Chanel number 5. But you see, when you look at these rings, say for instance the Olympics, but really these are the two worlds. You see what I'm saying? So you see where, let me look at it. Okay, so right here, this is where we at. So I want you all to understand the symbolism in this. This is the two worlds, right? As one breakaway from 5D and one is still in 3D, right? So that's that one. Okay. Okay, so let me get the mask. Hold on. Then I also have, hold on, let me get some more. And we also have these. Now this was then. Even though it's 2024, okay, I still have, I have these. Or I have these. And you can still, even though whoever so happened to win, whichever ones, I have the mask for sale. Okay. Okay, I have this. Okay, so I have some masks for sale for you. And masks for sale for you. They're $10. And by the veil is unlifted. Okay, you're going to see a lot of aliens anyway. And then we have, this is the age of Aquarius. 5D, 5 dimension, the 5th dimension. If you're on that dimension, some people may be still be in 3D. Okay, so that's what I want to get to you all, you know. Maybe I'll put it back on my, I have a Poshmark. So that's what I was looking for. I want to show you all that. Let me put this on top. Okay. So I'm going to share one more with you all. Let's go. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen, and this will be the last one. Thank you, YouTube and TubeBuddy. All right. Okay, here we go.
We were told they existed, and very often the information they presented was doctored to fit the current version of reality. Though very often, no doubt, there were little gems left in there just to keep the people guessing and just to keep the people fighting and arguing and squabbling and looking for the deeper meaning without ever really stepping back and looking at reality as a whole. The thing is, people really do need to understand clearly
best side hustle to start in 2022
You know
is
what?
not by doing e-commerce, real estate, or
that this is our starting point. This is what we've got to work with. The fact that everything we've been told is a lie, and we cannot rely on any of the information that we get from any books anywhere. Certainly not any books that have been put on the scene since the invention of the printing press anyway. Perhaps we can find some truth in old books, such as the Vedas, perhaps the Nag Hammadi Library, if there was a real interpretation of that actually existed, which there doesn't appear to be at the moment. Perhaps there are ancient scrolls that exist that do contain the truth, and perhaps the real truth is still hidden somewhere. But most certainly, apart from books such as the Vedas, we most certainly do not have access to anything even closely resembling the truth in what we are delivered from modern mainstream academic, scientific or educational sources. And that is simply the stark reality of the matter. You know, the true reality is, and has always been, that all we can really rely on 100% is that which we go out and experience in the world for ourselves. And that's a very difficult thing for people to come to terms with. However, if one goes out and travels the world and really looks at things open-mindedly, the evidence that everything we've been told is a lie is everywhere, and it speaks for itself. And if you really look at it, one of our biggest problems, one of the things that holds us back more than anything else, comes with our blind acceptance of things. Our blind acceptance of what we're given as facts by the academic system, things that we're told, and we just take as a matter of course and just take them on as part of our everyday life without ever really investigating them. And we do this on so many levels, it's actually quite profound when you step back and look at it. Everyday things we just take as a given and don't ask questions about. And then many people tend to do this when they're researching as well. They just blindly accept what they find online. They find something that reinforces their belief system and they blindly accept it and they move on from that point. Because that's what belief systems do. As soon as you adopt a belief system, you look for stuff that reinforces that belief system and you
Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. I have to I apologize, you all. I had to go away for a minute. Okay, let's finish this, you all. All right, thank you so much. Gratitude. Here we go.
Disregard everything else. You just close yourself off to all possibilities. That's what is so dangerous about adopting belief systems halfway through this journey of life. Because it's a wondrous world, folks, and it's an amazing world, and it is nothing like what we're told it is, and we are nothing like what we are told we are. The question is, what are we? And what is this world? Where do we come from? How do we get here? And where are we going? And the answer to all of these questions is what we're all searching for at the moment, because we've been led so far from our true path. And the biggest danger in trying to find a way out of this mess is in adopting belief systems along the way and closing yourself off to the myriad of possibilities that are still out there.
People hear the saying, everything that you were taught was a lie. And we hear it and we just like, we don't even care. We care about, the basketball game, going to the club, all of these distractions. You know what I'm saying? Got to go to work, got to do all of this shit. And we don't really think about it. When they say everything that we were taught was a lie, that's facts. Everything that we were taught was really a lie. There's a purpose in why they told you that you live on a spinning ball that was randomly created because some dust exploded in space. There's a reason they told you that. All of the books that the ancient people that were here before us, they took all of those books and they hid them all because why? They would tell us the truth, and it will make us where we can't be enslaved how we are. We're the modern-day slaves, going to work, paying taxes. That's all everybody does. That's all everybody focuses on. Go to work and pay your taxes.
Because in America, the government works for you.
Bullshit. Listen up, kids. Everything they teach you in school is a...
So I asked ChatGPT to build me a Shopify store, and it said, no, we can't do that. But here is about 1 million things that you can do to build the store. And it started listing out like all of these different tedious tasks where, well, most people get paralyzed. So I'm excited that you're watching this video.
School is a lie. But the truth, the world is controlled by shadowy elites and shape-shifting lizard people. Am I the only one who cares that the president is a robot? Wake up, sheeple! The evidence is right here.
But the famous wrinkly neck. Hey, look though, how y'all feeling today, man? Let me know in the comments down below. I forgot to talk to y'all in the intro and stuff. I'm just trying to keep it short, you feel me? But I just want to get to the video, the information, because this thing is beautiful. This is one of those cool videos where we can kick back and relax. Yo, if you lighten up right now, make sure you lighten up and you relaxing. If you sipping, make sure you sipping and you ain't tripping. This is one of those good, even videos right here. Good vibes only, people. Let's go. But look at this shit right here. Let me know what y'all think this is. A lot of y'all gonna jump to it and be like, that was a UFO. But I don't personally believe that. I believe that it's one of our ships, one of our government ships. We got the cloaking technology. Believe me, I know.
I don't believe the Earth is flat at all. And I think I can disprove flat Earth. The Earth isn't flat. There's no fucking way the Earth is flat. This is a lot harder than I expected, proving that the Earth is round. It's fucking weird. It is way, way, way harder. Dude, I'm telling you, it's fucked up. I know the Earth is round. This is a fucking nightmare. This is literally a nightmare trying to fucking disprove this thing. The Earth is not flat. That's fucking psychotic. I really, really don't want to believe the Earth is flat, guys. Fuck!
They focusing on
this is so fucking depressing. I can't be a flat Earth person.
Well, the Earth is flat around. Who cares about all that? Everything. We all here together. They missing the point.
Some people are terrified of the flat Earth shit. I'm not. I think it's fascinating. I've enlisted to help. of literally some of the best scientists in the world. And they suffer the same hubris that I see a lot of people suffer from. Again, I still believe the earth is a sphere. I'm just having a very hard time proving it. Flat Earth sounds completely insane still to me. I can't wrap my brain around it, but I'm starting to think that I may be at the edge of my own ability to shatter what I think. I'm open to it. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. The earth may be flat. I'm dead serious. I can't imagine the earth being flat. I think that's insane. That to me is so unnatural. What I'm pretty sure it isn't is a ball of magma and water spinning 1,000 miles an hour through a vacuum.
Okay, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit.
Damn it! The earth is clearly not a fucking spinning ball.
Whether it's flat or what, who cares?
Hey, look, look, that's like the awakening of
Their hands and their nose and their mouth and their logic.
It's going to pop up, and it's not going to be controllable.
just like if your parents told you, "Oh, I'm your parent, I'm your biological parent." Then you grew up and you're 30, and they was like, "Oh, you know, you do have real parents," and they lied to you your whole life. You're gonna feel some type of way, and we've been hiding you away from that, from your real parents. You're probably gonna disown them. You're probably never gonna talk to them again and find your real parents, and that's what happens when you start to wake up. Let's get back into this video though, man. Y'all still tracking? Y'all still tracking? Hey, let me know in the comments down below. It don't matter if it's flat or a disc or whatever. We're on this thing together, but let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this, and stay tuned.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. But it doesn't matter.
This thing out.
We're still here together. Flat.
Together.
Please tell me what the chances are that two people with a very similar background come out within the last 48 hours and both say there's going to be a black swan event or one's coming really soon. This is Ron Paul.
We're reaching this point where some sudden thing is going to happen. I believe in that theory of the black swan.
Yes.
It's going to pop up, and it's not going to be controllable. But people, you ask, what can they do? I think.
What can we do? Be aware. Next, General Flynn.
Things we call them black swan events, right? Black swan events are things that nobody imagined could occur, and yet they did, right? And they and then they have these incredibly, mostly devastating effects. So
the Carrington effect.
So what do you think both these guys are pointing to? Remember, their background is extremely similar, and they both came out and said this at the same time. Meanwhile, I can't tell you if this is true or not, just speculation. Someone pointed out why.
You want to have an ethical side income hustle that pays big checks, but you don't want to have to start from ground zero, be stuck, or wonder what to do in.
Why did her foot break and split behind the wire? It looks really weird. And then allegedly, new pictures of Prince William came out, and look at the hands. Is that not artificial intelligence? Kind of like how they released this fake picture. This kind of stuff just does not happen in a normal world. And also, there's an investigation at the hospital where she was, where someone tried to pry into her medical records. What do y'all think? Was that her in that video? Also, a reporter for BBC said that they know her personally and that it was not her. Again, their words, not mine.
You are about to see pages from one of the strangest patents in the entire U.S. Patent Office. This is U.S. Patent number 2006-001-4125A1, or the Walking Through Walls Training System. According to the abstract on the patent that you can all go and read yourselves, this invention is a training system which enables a human being to acquire sufficient hyperspace energy in order to pull the body out of the third dimension, so that a person can walk through solid objects such as walls or wooden doors. This patent is very real and was taken incredibly seriously by members of the U.S. military, especially by the U.S. Army's 1st Earth Battalion, a real unit in the Army that based their principles upon the Jedi Order from Star Wars. What do you guys think about this?
Why you think?
I love looking at these patents though. Like let me know y'all be looking them up, man. Like that's information. That's beautiful information. I'm telling you, just read through it. It's crazy. You're not crazy when they actually tell you.
He did it.
But imagine what I always say. what they're not telling you.
They trying to ban TikTok. Man, ain't nothing nobody can do now. It's over with for America. Nigga, in our lifetime, we'll see it changing. Our kids, they're gonna be a slave to the people. If they want to come get their organs, they'll come get their organs. Our kids are gonna have, our kids are gonna be like our ancestors. It's not, we done waited too long to wake up. Nigga, we've been doing this, we've been gangbanging for 50 years. Nigga, we done waited too long. It's over. Our worst nightmares is about to come true for our babies, my nigga. They are so far behind the rest of the world till it's pathetic. They don't know gaming, they don't know coding, man, they fucked up. They don't know Bitcoin, they don't know nothing but a goddamn video game.
Oh, they ain't on tablets on big.
Nigga, man, our kid gonna be fucked up. So, I'm just enjoying my days here. Now y'all laughing. Now I wake up every day, nigga, live life to the full because I don't know, my nigga. We can't put these phones down. We can't none of us fix them. Think about this, nigga. We can't put them phones down, but can't none of us fix them. We can't fix the screens when they crack. If the charger port go out, they was teaching us that, nigga, in the White House, y'all. They stopped. Refurbishing phones, they stopped, nigga. So nah, nigga, nah. Nigga, they gonna be fucking our babies, my nigga. They gonna be fucking our baby, gonna take that dick, nigga, just y'all laughing, homies. Y'all, see, that's why I hate coming on that platform, my nigga. Well, what the black people, see how black people think everything's funny because the truth's gonna hurt. Nigga, if y'all think history don't repeat itself, it's coming. It's coming. Nigga, and our kids are gonna be more susceptible to getting fucked in the ass because they growing up in a gay community, nigga, we didn't. Gay culture. They're gonna lay down and take it. Why you think you catching your boy cousin hunching and getting booted now? Why you think in family they catching two boys, dogs is doing it, homie? They know what they doing. But black people too busy laughing. That's why I don't get serious too often, homie, because I know black people, everything is laughter. That's why I try to stay in character with black people, because black people, man, you gotta think too amused. I call it the entertainment whore's mind. That's why when they hear truth, they laugh. Black folk don't laugh at nothing I say.
They know the truth.
What they know. But nigga, black people don't. And they going back to slavery. That's what I call.
Think so.
Hey, you watch it now. Who you are on your phone all day long, not making a dollar, but everybody else is making billions of dollars off you logging in. You are the digital slave. You drive away just like the slave. Your kid, you won't look at your kids. You are a slave already. You just not being beat.
This is gonna blow your mind. For those of you that follow me yesterday, I posted this tweet saying that Yellowstone was
Yellowstone.
and that is because me and some other people noticed the activity going on at these radar stations. And we've seen wild things happen in the past, crazy weather, earthquakes. You are not going to believe this. Within 5 minutes of this first radar anomaly, an earthquake swarm began at Yellowstone. Check this out. Within 5 minutes that this radar tower goes off with a signal. Now, I can't backtrack anymore to see if it went off just before the quake, but chances are it did because the other quakes line up exactly perfect with the next time this thing goes off. I'll get in a little closer here, and you're not going to believe this. Check out the times of this earthquake swarm at Yellowstone. 10:32 UTC, this 2.8. This one here was at
Told y'all
6:15
more
after the
earthquakes
5:30
coming.
beam.
I told
The
y'all more
2.1 at
earthquakes
11:20,
and there's
right as
more
we were
water.
getting that 11:20 to 11:50 beam, and so on and so forth. My friends, every one of these
Holistic coaches and course creators. I went from selling one-off Ayurveda consultations to selling out retreats and courses with 2 to 5
of these earthquakes falls either exactly on time or within a range each time this radar tower goes off. I'll run through the whole line again for you. Here's the 5:30 shot. Moving down the line, this one right here. Go, there it is. 10 o'clock UTC. We'll go even farther, and here's the final one right there. 11:55 into 12. And right after this, we have one about 1320, I want to say. 1335 is the last time we see this happen. And we can go all the way across the chart to prove that. Not a single flash from those radar towers after that, putting every one of these earthquakes within the time frame of those flashes. Something else to point out, in the last 30 days at least, as I get down into this area, I'm going to click on this earthquake right here, 3.1. Besides one other earthquake, this is the strongest one to hit Yellowstone in over a month. If I go to 30 days, all magnitudes, we can see right here, that will pop up in a second. There they are. And if I go to the largest magnitude, it actually is the largest, 3.1 literally today. In the last month, this earthquake hit the caldera exactly when that first pulse came off that radar. And then as we move through the beginning of the day into basically current time, we saw 3 to 4 other pulses that then ended with other earthquakes. I don't understand how this can be explained away anymore. These things are happening almost on a daily basis now and being caught. So this is something for a lot of you to check out, because I don't know how else to explain this besides these radar stations or whatever type of technology is there is seemingly responsible for these earthquakes we're seeing today at the caldera of Yellowstone supervolcano. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, why do you think they're doing this? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to test things to see the limits they can reach. I'm not sure. But whatever's happening here, there is a synchronicity to it that I can't ignore. I mean, what are the chances of this? These earthquakes falling in between the exact pulses of this radar station. It's the strongest earthquake this area has seen in well over a month, and 2 of these radar systems are doing this.
There's
The one in
more to
Nevada,
go.
again, we talked about yesterday,
We're only in
overlapping right about here.
4 months.
The other
We're
massive tower we get that
2024.
literally reaches the caldera of Yellowstone right here. You can see the circle of the beams here. It actually reaches where the volcano is. And there was one other thing I picked up here before I let you guys go. There was a weird flash in the Dakotas. You're going to see that right there. This thing just pops up out of nowhere right before or right after that first flash. There it is. So this is the end of the 1335 flash, and then we had an ensuing earthquake or 2 or even 3, and then right after that we had this weird flash on another radar station right here. If they're connected or not, I do not know, but to ignore this Yellowstone stuff and to continue saying that this stuff is not connected just doesn't make sense to me anymore. I understand people have their deep beliefs about none of this stuff existing, but how can we deny all this information? If anyone has any questions or comments, I'll answer the best I can. There's a lot of people online here that know about this stuff even better than I do. I just happen to catch it a lot. And here it is again. Major radar burst followed by a literal earthquake swarm in Yellowstone. My friends, what is going on here?
My friend who works at CERN called me tonight.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. That's a little bit wild, ain't it? That's a little bit concerning. Volcanoes ain't nothing to play with. And then the Yellowstone volcano. I mean, if you don't know, then then I guess you need to go look it up. You know, possibilities behind that thing. Like, why would somebody want to play with that? Do y'all think that they're shooting frequency weapons at the volcanoes and trying to get them things to erupt? I don't know, man. Stuff is getting weird out here in these streets. Well, it's been weird. It's just getting more weirder, you know.
And was absolutely in a panic. And now that I've heard what he said, I am in a panic. And I don't like feeling this way.
If you haven't seen Dante's Peak, go watch Dante's Peak. It's a movie about a volcano.
My friend who works at CERN called me tonight and was absolutely in a panic. And now that I've heard what he said, I am in a panic. And I don't like feeling this way. Okay, this is his house, the rating system. He's concerned because they basically are trying, as people have said, to bring through an interdimensional being in a manifestation that is 3D. So flesh and blood on this thing. In order to do so, they must direct a massive amount of both quantum entangled energy, which is more like douche or sort of metaphysical energy, and also real energy. But to do so, they must vector it to a specific area where they want the manifestation to occur. They don't want to do it on Earth because, out of the abundance of caution, who knows what will happen. So they're directing it towards the moon. When he's been looking at the moon through his ring here, he's noticed the moon has flared in terms of magnitude. It's way too bright. It should never be this bright. Ever, ever, ever. Also, his ring system is zooming in and out through the night. It's never done that before, ever, okay? Moreover, they all at CERN were told when this was happening to think of the moon constantly. They wanted everyone to think about it. The other night, they did an experiment with a combination of quantum entanglement, theoretical quantum entanglement, also like vector-induced weapons. They need an object, apparently, to manifest, or they call it embody, for them to embody a quantum entangled sequence of particles we theoretically predict will form mass intelligently enough to render it into a being of some sort, flesh and blood. Well, not necessarily blood, but a flesh being, a three-dimensional, for something that might be extra-dimensional or interdimensional. The point is simply this: they need, they don't want to use anything on Earth, so they are using the moon, and they are pointing it at there. They have to have an interface for the
Y'all stay hydrated
where
out there.
quantum entanglement occurs in CERN. They have a way to connect it on a vector to the moon in terms of a quantum entangled direction for 3D manifestation. But the point is this: you know why the being says
with alkaline water,
to each other why it's coming?
7.5
because it wants
or
gold.
9.
It wants to bring gold somehow to its dimension. How, I have no idea.
And if you don't,
but this is where it gets
get
weird.
some
And they
water
did
and
this
boil it.
at 2:44 a.m. Okay, which this was the time it was the equivalent. And when they did this, okay, the moon disappeared. All that I didn't even get into it. Perceiving all that, you noticed how bright it was. The moon was crazy bright. That was I can't even do this voiceover because I'm thinking. So I'm crazy about this. Okay, he says that they're going to bring this thing through in 17 days. 17 days from now, today's 22nd. So literally in 17 days, they say it's going to be benign. I'm like, who are you talking to that you're getting such assurances that this entity that you're bringing in from a quantum realm is going to be benign?
Military liaison between the Pentagon and NASA. I'm here as a anonymous whistleblower to tell everyone that what happened on April the 8th was not an eclipse. What happened on April the 8th was called Project Pegasus. It's been in the planning for years. What occurred, not an eclipse, since the moon was beside the sun during it and not crossing it, and also it's for both in Pisces. The whole thing is ridiculous, and that's how much credit the government gives all of you, because they'll do something that blatantly wrong, inaccurate, just impossible. And yet they know that Americans, they'll be called conspiracy theorists if they even bring it up. So they do it, and they don't even care. Okay, so what did they do if there wasn't an eclipse? The biggest thing you have to realize is the coincidence, which was no coincidence, of CERN being turned on that day.
It is near impossible to explain or understand for most of us, but monumental nonetheless.
CERN was turned back on that day, and immediately after it was turned on, this is what appeared in the sky above CERN in Switzerland on the 8th. A literal portal was created above CERN, and this was actually predicted, which is one reason why it was filmed by many people who were in the know. But ever since they discovered the Higgs boson in 2012, the God particle, that's when all of this contact began to occur.
Using a particle accelerator, believe they have found the subatomic particle known as the Higgs boson, otherwise known as the God particle. You have it.
Because this whole thing of Project Pegasus was about CERN. Through its experiments with the God particle and particle acceleration in general, they achieved quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon when, by working at the quantum level and getting to the true incredible energy of particles, once they combine or collide, there was something that occurred where the quantum entanglement manifested in a being emerging from another dimension, another alien being that emerged. Through that, this was a couple years ago, through that introduction, through that communication, 3 governments got involved in a negotiation that occurred in a very bizarre way, because it didn't actually happen in person. I'm not going to waste time explaining how the negotiations happened, but between Russia, China, and America, they dealt with this species, and this species offered a deal. And the deal was that we would be given something if they were allowed to come here to Earth and basically set up a secret base. what did we get, and what's their secret base about? Okay, I'll just quickly tell you. What we got was AI. Think about it. Didn't AI emerge out of nowhere 2023? It didn't emerge, not just out of nowhere, in an incredibly mature, sophisticated level of complexity that kind of makes sense for a new technology.
They all other people coming to
And even now, 1 year into it, a year and a half into it, whatever we're at, it's getting scary what it can do. I mean, it's indistinguishable from reality in some cases. Okay, so that's where we're at 2 years into AI, and that's because AI, like a lot of our technology, like the microchip and other things that we got from Roswell and the Greeks, this is another technology from another higher level species. And let me just add this, for those who think that AI is about making funny pictures or interesting videos and stuff, sure, it can do that, and that is the consumer facing end of this technology. But if you knew the intent of AI in terms of how it will impact your everyday life very soon, you might take a gun to your head and blow your brains out. It is that radical of a shift. What the government intends to do with this shiny toy called AI. That's what we got. In return, they got basically this other half of Antarctica below in the South Pole. And that is what let me, first things first, what the hell happened if not an actual eclipse? Well, a couple things. Number one, they required, in order to do this, and when I say do this, the event that happened on the 8th was the alien species coming through to our dimension. In order to come through, they required a few things. Number one, they required loosh. What is loosh? Loosh is the energy expended and exhibited by human beings when they are collectively excited and focused on something, like at a rock concert or during church or something.
When I first got batch leads and I pulled my first list of properties that were in tax default, that's when I eventually found the seller who had his 3 properties in Ajo, Arizona that allowed me to get my first deal. It was exactly like I
something like that.
Oh, it's emotional. I can't explain why, but it is. We had tears, we had screams, we had fireworks.
So by having so much of the planet looking up at a certain time of day and everybody giving their attention and their emotions to it, which, by the way, if you watch some videos, you had newscasters crying.
It just took my breath away, the whole thing.
That was a bit odd that they were crying. And the reason they were crying was because it was an incredibly emotional thing, because the aliens made it so. The aliens made it so because the energy created or received from the loosh, and again, I've defined what loosh is.
What's that all about?
That loosh energy, coupled with the energy of the sun, allowed them at the time of the quote-unquote eclipse and for their mothership, which is what that circle was. It wasn't the moon. Their mothership came out of nowhere, entered into the area of the sun, stopped. Did you notice how it stopped for an inordinate amount of time in the center when it should have been continuing at the very slow crawl rate that the moon typically does? Well, it didn't. It stayed there for a bit of time, and that's insane, okay? That's another blatant giveaway. And again, the government thinks that no one's going to notice, or if they notice, they'll be branded a conspiracy theorist, and they don't care. So they just allowed it to happen. This ship basically connected with the sun at that moment and got an incredible amount of physical energy required for them to enter through the dimension. Coming in from another dimension takes an incredible amount of energy. The sun and our loosh did that. And at that point that the ship went around the back of the sun. Did you notice that we didn't see anything depart? It just sort of disappeared into the sun. Well, it kind of did. It went around to the back, and it actually docked there where it is at.
It did go around the back though. Like, hey, we see. Come on now. Hey, this shit is interesting, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm locked in. This shit is definitely
This
interesting.
moment that I speak.
I told y'all they was letting
Got
some
y'all,
people
they
in,
all
but
loosed
failed
up and shit and came through the portal. Got loosed up, that came through this, dropped through this mug. That crazy.
What happened next? Well, from that energy, from that loosh, from that focus, from that also that actual hydrogen-based nuclear energy you got from the sun, it was able to send a massive amount of ships and individuals of their race to the Earth into an area just north of the Antarctic base that they're going to take over. The waves, if you look at the waves stuff, the things that happen on the wave map during that time, okay?
April 9th, 2024, the day after the solar eclipse, something terrifying lurked off the coast of Antarctica. Radar systems detected a monstrous wave anomaly, an area larger than Texas with 80-foot waves. The anomaly moved up towards South Africa. At the same time, Cape Town witnessed a horrifying sight. The ocean receded dramatically, as if dragged away by some unseen force. Beaches were left exposed, waves vanished. What really happened? A glitch in the system? A creature? Or something yet to be seen?
And they had the audacity to tell the public it was a glitch. It wasn't a glitch because there is tons of video and evidence of people in South Africa running from, mini tsunami level waves that would created by these ships becoming USOs, going underwater. And from doing that and establishing themselves there, they were able to then make their move to the southern part of Antarctica. They also took animals.
We're going to talk to Jason about some of the changes that we've heard. Birds making more noises.
And it's fun to see all the animals act up.
Anything you noticed with the animals as we were sitting back there just a minute ago?
They get very active now. The fish were jumping out of the water.
Left inside humanity. What do we got to do? We got to.
Ain't that interesting? What a coinky dink. We got down when we thought we heard it all, man. What do y'all believe happened with that? These niggas that came through the portal got loosed up off of us. You feel me? Took some animals, hit the sea, said, fuck it, have a tsunami hit these niggas. We're gonna take the animals, they gangster as hell. And they gonna take some land, they gangster, bro. Just when we thought we was they more gangster. Put the big ass ship in the water and just taking shit already. That's crazy, bro. Like, who negotiated with these niggas? Like, bro, did y'all sign a contract with these? We've heard about them signing contracts with other races, like of species of things before, and we've seen what's happening with that. People was getting poked and weird.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guests just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry, they were freezing, you could almost hardly hear them. Well, with local recordings from StreamYard, you'll be able to download a perfect quality video from your guests after the show. This means that no matter what you or your guest's internet connection is like, you'll be able to download the perfect high quality recording every single time. You can also download both a separate audio and a separate video file for the hosts and guests. Now with StreamYard, you can have freeze-free.
Thank you. Y'all have a great night.
This phrase is held by many theologians who believe that it pointed to either a spirit or a personality that existed on the earth, was dead at the time or gone at the time of the writing of Revelation 17:8, but who will return in the latter days to either be or to possess the Antichrist. Both the Bible and ancient records and the prophecy on the Great Seal tell us it is Apollo. He is equivalent to the Egyptians as Osiris. In the Old Testament, he is called Nimrod. If we had had time, we would have talked about this question, but how could Apollo, Osiris, Nimrod possibly return in flesh or spirit as Antichrist? But it has to do with the Cumae Sibyl's prophecy of a new breed of men, and the same thing that I was talking about. Well, there it is, Genesis 10:8, and Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be, this is the Hebrew halal, which means either ritualistically, he began to change sexually or to change genetically, or it can flatly just refer to the same thing when the Bible refers to all flesh having become corrupted upon the earth. He began to change genetically, and as he did, what did he become? A mighty, a Gibborim in the earth. He immediately sets out to build a tower. His eyes were opened, like we talked about last night, to new modes of perception, what the transhumanists want. Suddenly he saw something. He wanted to build a tower whose top would reach into the heavens. Roosevelt and Wallace believed it. Here's Nicholas Roerich holding the sacred casket. Wallace was a devotee of Nicholas Roerich. I went to the house of the temple. I want to know if there was anything to this, so I went to the lion's den. I had people praying and fasting for me. I took my wife. We went to the house of the temple. We went to the headquarters of the Scottish Rite Freemasonry in Washington, D.C. on 16th Street, and not on a public tour. We went and met privately with 2 Freemasons of the 33rd degree order. They took us inside. They answered every question except one. I'm going to tell you what that question was. When we went into the sacred room there, the chapel, with its giant altar, and I looked up at the 36-panel magic 666 square that is used during the raising ceremony to bring forth the spirit of Osiris from the underworld to incarnate him in every U.S. president. When I was standing there, I'm familiar with the raising ceremony. The 32nd degree Freemason becomes a 33rd degree. They go through this process of raising Osiris from the dead to be incarnated within that individual. But what I had been told was that ceremony was secretly conducted at the inauguration of every United States president, beginning posthumously with George Washington and extending through every U.S. president. And when I asked them if that was true, they would not answer that question. One guy got nervous and walked out of the room. The other one just stayed nervous and stood looking at me. And my wife gave me a look like, "Don't press it, buddy." I believe the greatest conspiracy of all time is sitting out in Washington, D.C. It's also here at the Vatican. This is the ancient structural representation of the womb of Isis. This is the ancient structural representation of the erect male phallus of Osiris. Your capital city is laid out as a magical construct based on ancient Egyptian beliefs for the exact purpose of raising Osiris from the dead so that he could be incarnated within every U.S. president. That's the way the city's laid out. It's also laid out that way at the Vatican. Did you know, Noah, that when Pope Sixtus went and they got this obelisk, they took it from the ancient city of Heliopolis, what is called in the Bible the city of On. It was dedicated to Osiris, Isis, and the sun god Ra. And when Sixtus the Pope brought it there, he tried to conduct an exorcism on it to cast the spirit of Osiris out of it before planting it in the center of the Vatican City. All right, there's a reason why the Washington Monument has a magic square in its base where a Bible is bound. There's a reason there's a magic 666 square above that altar in the house of the temple where I was at. There's a reason there are 72 pentagrams. In their Gnosticism, they believe 72 demons control the nations of the earth, and they have bound them at the base of the apotheosis of Washington. This is the underbelly of the U.S. Capitol Dome. It's called the apotheosis.
I wanted to give you this for Christmas and get this.
Yo.
You can get this without even showing your face or
y'all.
making any videos on YouTube. And I got this for hitting over 100,000 subscribers.